Good morning, sports fans, and welcome to another edition of NDB Media's Sports Talk with the Guys, home of the Monday morning quarterbacks on Saturday. Yes, it is Saturday morning, and no one is safe while we troll the digital airwaves. Joining us as we discuss the latest news of the world of sports and review the events of the past week. No fantasy sports here. I mean, after all, we pretend to be adults. But hey, we keep it real. So much so that you need to remember we kill brain cells. And as such, we are the purveyors of the zombie apocalypse. You have been warned. We are repetitive and redundant, and we have no peers. Good morning, and good morning once again. I am the scorekeeper, and today is June 15th, 2024. Thank you for joining us. It is, I believe, the summer solstice. Solstice is coming up. I believe that's on the 21st or somewhere around there. So that's actually going to be the Friday before next program. So, hey, it is what it is. Let's see. It's a nice, I don't know if it's balmy, but it's a nice, cool 63 degrees right now here in hell. And it's going to get to a high of 90. Wow. It's going to be an overnight low of 62. So it's going to be a little bit colder at the same time tomorrow morning. But whatever, it is what it is. Humidity is 82%. I do feel it. Pressure is 29.82 inches. Visibility is 10 miles. At this hour, sunrise was at 5:38, which was approximately 24 minutes ago, 24 minutes. Sunsets at 8:04 p.m. We are getting near the longest day of the year as far as sunlight is concerned. Wind is heading up in the towards the northeast at 1 mile per hour. Dew points 57 degrees. UV index, of course, at this hour is 0 of 11, and the moon phase is a waxing gibbous. So thank you for that. For everyone watching, why don't you let us know who you are and where you hail from? We have quite a few people watching us on Twitter now. So unfortunately, if you are on Twitter or X, we are unable to see your comments. So if you want to head on over, you can try us out on Facebook, on YouTube, as well as Twitch. You can see the links down at the bottom. We'd love to know who you are, love to know where you're from, and your comments on the program. But thank you for joining us on X. Woohoo! Really, really excited about that. But once again, thank you. We're going to get into everything that's going on right now. Let me see. I have a few program notes. Let me see if I can get to it right now. Events in sports history. Back in 1889, the U.S. National Championship Women's Tennis Philadelphia Cricket Club defending champion Bertha Townsend beats Lydia Voorhees 7-5, 6-2. Back in 1906, British Open men's golf, Muirfield, Scotsman James Braid successfully defends title by four, not one, not two, not three, but four strokes from James Taylor of England for his third Open victory. In 1920, the Zwief soccer team forms in Nichverdal. And on this day, in 1931, Eddie Collins and Harry Hellman retire from baseball. Wow. In upcoming calendar events, this weekend, actually, it's kind of thin as far as some of the motorsports stuff. But on the 20th, Major League Baseball is going to be celebrating the Negro Leagues, and they're going to be celebrating Willie Mays down in Birmingham, Alabama. Next Saturday, of course, would be NBA draft, and Formula One will be in Spain on June 23rd, and Austria also Formula One. And of course, Bobby Bonilla Day will be on a Monday this year. That's going to be on July 1st. So, let's take a quick look at National Rugby League Down Under in the Telstra Premiership Round 15, June 13th. This was 2 days ago. Dolphins edged the Sharks 30-28. Cowboys, of course, it's National Rugby League, beat up on the Raiders 34-16. On the 14th, it was the Rabbitohs by 10, 22-12 over the Broncos. The West's Tigers 18, the Titans 10. And earlier today, Storm 38, Warriors 24, Roosters 28, Eels 18. Later today at 9 p.m. Pacific time, it will be the Seagulls visiting the Dragons. And at 11:05 p.m., Knights visit the Panthers. And I believe the Bulldogs are on a bye. In ladies golf at the Mahir LPGA Classic, they're in starting round 3. And taking a quick look at the leaderboard, we have Allie Ewing, who is tied with Grace Kim of Australia at -11. We have Nancy Kortz Madsen, who's tied with Naren Ann at -9. Jin Hee Im and Jian Yang are at -8, also with Allison Corpus, Lauren Hartledge, and Brooke M. Henderson at -8. Sorry, I should have made that very clear. Taking a quick look at men's, they are playing the U.S. Open in Pinehurst, North Carolina, June 13th through the 16th. And right now, Ludwig Aberg is -5, all alone first place, 135 strokes. Bryson DeChambeau is tied with Thomas Detry and Patrick Cantley at -4 and 136. You know what? I didn't pull up AVP. I need to pull AVP. I don't know why. But taking a look at AVP, the upcoming event, July 6th and 7th, the Denver Open, the Contender event, followed by Wapaka, July 11th to the 12th, and Virginia Beach, August 3rd through August 4th. NTT IndyCar Series next race will be June 23rd, Firestone Grand Prix of Monterey. It's going to be at 6 p.m. Eastern. Check it out in USA, Peacock, on NASCAR Live and Sirius XM. NHRA Championship Drag Racing, June 21 through the 23rd. The Virginia Nationals, hashtag Virginia Nats, June 21 through the 23rd at Richmond, Virginia. Check it out. Formula One, of course, as I mentioned, they're not going to be until the 23rd in Spain, so they're taking a few days off. In NASCAR, I don't know if you heard, but Truex is set to retire. So that's interesting. I think we might be able to get into that in a little bit. But the events for this weekend, of course, will be the Iowa Speedway. Is that where they're at? Actually, I should go over the Sonoma results. Kyle Larson started pole position number 5. He ended up winning. Michael McDowell finished second. Chris Buescher third. Chase Elliott fourth. And Ross Chastain fifth. Rounding off the top 10, L.J. Allmendinger was 6th. Ryan Blaney 7th. Tyler Reddick 8th. Christopher Bell 9th. And Todd Gillian 10th. My guy didn't do very well. So, hey, it is what it is. No. If you guys don't know who my driver is, well, sorry. You have to figure it out. It certainly isn't the 12th place finisher, he who should not be named, but that's okay. In the NHL, folks, it's coming down to it. Tonight, Florida is ahead 3-0 over Edmonton. It's been amazing. Game 1 on the 8th, Florida shut out Edmonton 3-0. They really put it to them on the 10th, 4-1. And of course, on the 13th, they edged them out 4-3. That may have taken the wind out of their sails. But you never say never. Edmonton just needs to win 4 in a row and they can cap it off. But they are playing in Edmonton today. It's going to be on ABC, ESPN Plus, 8 p.m. Eastern Time on CF4. And of course, Florida leads. And if necessary, it'll be June 18th at 8 p.m. SCF Game 5, ABC, ESPN Plus. We'll see. I'm not going to give premature congratulations to anyone right now. But taking a look, as we do traditionally at this time on Major League Baseball, last night's results. St. Louis shut out Chicago 3-0. New York 8-1 over Boston. Washington 8-1 over Miami. Philadelphia 5-3 over Baltimore. Cleveland 3-1 over Toronto. The Mets edged the Padres 2-1. Sad. Atlanta 7-3 over Tampa Bay. Houston 4-0 over Detroit. Minnesota edged Oakland 6-5. Wow. The Commies 6-5 over the Brewers. Pittsburgh 5-2 over Colorado. Arizona um, lit up the Black Sox 7-1. The Dodgers edged America's AAA team 4-3. Seattle 3-2 over Texas. The Los Angeles Angels of Travis Ravine 8-6 over the Hated Ones. So that is exciting every and any time that happens. So I'm going to ask you to forgive me just one quick moment. And I want to go ahead and give a quick shout out. Uh, the significant other, it was her birthday yesterday. Congratulations to her. I'm glad she's still well on her way to recovery, both due to the marriage and her illness. As you know, we almost lost her back in 2022 in December, and she's still recovering. It was horrible what she went through. As you know, she was hospitalized for over 3 months. She had 3 major surgeries, and it was significant. Yesterday, she celebrated her birthday, so good for her. And of course, no one mentioned it, but we did celebrate our 31st anniversary. But I have to translate that correctly so that everyone can understand. So it's 31 divided by 7. I'm actually married 4.42 years. And I count them in dog years, of course, because she's a. That might as well have been the joke of the day. Hope you guys inferred and liked that one. 4.42. That's going to be the number of the day. I also want to give a shout out to a seminarian of mine, a buddy of mine. He gave me this gift, USS Arizona BB 39, of course. The T-shirt is from Pearl Harbor, Hawaii. I thank you for this. And a hint and a half, folks. If you want me to wear something, send it to me, and I'll consider it. But it has to be tasteful, has to be morally good. We gotta avoid the foul language, but if it's funny, we'll evaluate it. But if you want me to do something like that, go ahead and send it on over to me. We don't have any major announcements in the community calendar other than the aforementioned birthdays. Do we have any coming up right now? Norm Boer's birthday is today. Congratulations, Norm. Hopefully, we're going to be hearing some good stuff out of him. As you know, he was a guest on Travel Edge Radio not too long ago. So we're looking to have him on in another fashion in the future. So he's traveling the world, man. He doesn't live at home. He travels the world. Good for him, and congratulations. If he's watching us right now, dude, good for you, and way to go. So let me see. I think I got all my stuff out of the way. Yeah, I already got. It wasn't a sports joke, but it was still a joke nevertheless. So I'm surprised I haven't had any comments yet, but we shall see. Taking a look at Major League Baseball, the standings, the Yankees are the best team in baseball right now in the American League East at 1522, 694 winning percentage, followed by Baltimore 3.5. The Red Sox dropped to 14. Toronto Blue Jays are 15.5, and the Rays are 16. In the American League Central, you have the Indians at 44-23, 657 winning percentage. The AAA team, the Kansas City Royals, are 6 back. The Gemelitos are 7.5. The Tigres are 12, and the Black Sox are a wonderful 28 back. They are just short of being eliminated. There's no way. There's no way. But never say never. In the American League West, the Seattle Mariners are at 41-31. I'm just so happy that someone other than the A-holes are in first place. They're at 569 winning percentage, followed by the Rangers at 33-36, 6.5 back. The aforementioned A-holes are 8 back. The Angels are 12.5, and the Athletics are 15. In the National League East, the Philadelphia Phillies, holders of the second best record in baseball right now, 47-22, 681 winning percentage, followed by the Braves at 9 back, the Nationals 14, Mets 15.5, Miami's 24. In the National League Central, you have the Milwaukee Brewers at 40-29, a 580 winning percentage, followed by the Cardinals 5.5, the Commies 6, the Pirates 7, and the Cubs at 7.5. Congratulations, Cuervo. I'm glad your team is better than the Black Sox. In the National League West, you have the Los Angeles Dodgers at 43 and 28, 606 winning percentage. Padres are 7 back. Arizona is 8.5, tied with the hated ones. And the Colorado Rockies are 18 back. So the worst team in baseball, of course, is the Chicago White Sox at 254 winning percentage. The best team and the first team to 50 wins is, of course, the Yankees at 694, followed by the Phillies 681. Then you have the Orioles. No, the Indians at 657. The Orioles at 652 winning percentage. And then you have the Dodgers. So there you have it, a quick look at Major League Baseball. And did we have any further announcements for people's birthdays? I don't think I have them right now, and I'm a bit embarrassed by it. But hey, it is what it is. I don't think I do. So I got to put the calendar away. I have to be very careful doing that. Sorry. I know I'm making a scene. How to put it away. Oh, man. It's not. It's not going in. Sorry. I have to take a quick cup of Joe, a sip from my cup of Joe right now. So I got through it. Usually I have 15 minutes of stuff that I go through, and I'm so happy that I've done that right now. And I'm going to go ahead and continue. So we're going to be, let me give you a quick cheat. This is the 31st episode of the year in our 16th year here on NDB Media. We have some basketball news, college, of course, football. I'm going to hold off on the basketball. If the big dog does join us, we'll get to. You know what? I'll just get to it. And when he wants to go ahead and comment, he may. We have media news, NASCAR, Olympics, soccer, and tennis. So one of the more important items that have happened in the Olympics is, the Olympics are going to. Ooh, I should have. They're coming up in July. I should have checked the calendar for July, and I apologize. The Olympics will start, the Paris Olympics, on July 26th, Friday. And of course, they end on August 11th, a Sunday. Sorry. And most likely you'll be able to see that on NBC. American swimmer Leah Thomas transgender case has been thrown out after U.S. swimmer was ruled ineligible. Let me place this article in the chat room if you want to go ahead and follow along. You'll see it as a comment, folks. Let me get to it. Boom. There it is. It's at msn.com, the article. Leah Thomas, a swimmer who became the first transgender winner of an American collegiate title, has had her case against New World Aquatics rules dismissed by the Court of Arbitration of Sport. World Aquatics banned transgender swimmers from the elite female category if they had undergone any part of male puberty following Thomas's NCAA win in 2022. An intervention which ended Thomas's hopes of ever competing in women's swimming at the Olympics. Thomas responded by lodging a legal challenge with CAS in September of last year, arguing that the rules were invalid and unlawful because they were discriminatory and contrary to the Olympic Charter and European Convention of Human Rights. CAS, however, had dismissed the case after concluding that the rules applied only to World Aquatics elite events or world records and otherwise had no impact on athletes. World Aquatics said that Thomas lacked the legal standing to challenge its policy because she was not a member of USA Swimming when she launched proceedings and had not competed to a standard that would have qualified for her international selection in world events. It argued, therefore, that she was not affected by the rules. Thomas's triumph in the 500-yard freestyle event in Atlanta in 2022 made global headlines and sparked a major controversy in the United States and beyond over her participation in women's races. The 24-year-old has not since swum competitively, with the CAS panel noting that Thomas did not apply for, let alone be granted the right to participate in elite events within the United States' own swimming policy. She is currently only entitled to compete in non-elite USA events. So it'll be something for you to go ahead and comment on and see how it is. And I believe I have a good morning from someone this morning. Wow, look at that. Morning.
Morning. How be you?
Arizona, BB39
Oh, I see.
uniform.
Okay.
Yes,
All right.
I had a classmate visit over there, and he brought me back gifts. So there's no for me to report it to our third party administrator.
Yeah, okay. Snob. You're on your own this morning, I see.
I'm always on my own.
Well, no, you had Liz last time I can
Oh,
prove
I'm
you.
sorry. Whoa, whoa, whoa. No, no, no. I'm always on my own. Liz will join. Young lady, I do not own anyone. I'm not from the South. I've never had any ownership in anyone, so there is no my or I'm with. Hey, no, no, no.
Y'all
All
sure
the
of that
hosts,
now? Y'all sure
all
of that
the
now?
hosts here on NDB Media are their own persons.
Yeah,
Once
y'all wouldn't bet
again,
on that one, would you, boy?
I have never had an issue of that. Like I said, I'm not from the southern parts of America where they've
No, of course
had
you're not.
issues like that.
No.
But anyway, I do want to give a shout out to Dan Schlossberg. As you know, he is our host on Travel Edge Radio. He's going to be joining us on one of the professional episodes eventually. But I don't know. I don't know about the professionals. We'll have to see. But this is the Home Run King, the remarkable record of Hank Aaron, written by Dan Schlossberg, forward by Dusty Baker, and the preface by Kevin Barnes. I have my own copy right here. You can check it out. It's on Amazon. Head on over to Dan Schlossberg and get your copy. Makes a wonderful Father's Day gift, which is in the United States coming up on the third Sunday of June, which is tomorrow. Wow. Wow.
Wow,
It
indeed.
is tomorrow. It is indeed. So how you doing, young lady? How is everything in the hinterlands of the empire?
Um, Everything is going along, as they say. I've finally completed the emptying out of my mother's old abode. So I no longer have the keys, so I can no longer enter the property, as they say.
But it's all done.
But everything has gone. Yeah, well, everything except what's stuffed into my little sardine can, shall we say, that I now live in.
I understood.
I was interested
I'm
in your.
sorry.
No, you carry on. I was actually was listening to your first story about a certain swimmer and
Yes.
shaking my head, thinking, "What the hell were you complaining about? You shouldn't actually be competing in women's events anyway." But that's neither here nor there. Sorry to say.
And I thank you for sharing that opinion. We haven't officially said anything other than um, it is something that is it's
Controversial.
it is, yes, it is controversial, and it is way beyond us. We do know that there will be resolution soon, one way or another. I have sympathy for the individual
Yeah,
in that they didn't have standing allegedly. One could say that's a technicality, but I'm not going to dumb it down for anyone. The
no.
reality is the
My
ruling was you have no standing,
no,
so you
my
you can't even
opinion
argue.
is my opinion is no. That individual should not have been competing against women. Yes, they have a skill that they can swim. Fine. Compete against your own kind, be that trans or, in their case, because they went through the puberty, the same as I did, go against the guys. You have got an inbuilt advantage in stamina. You have a built in advantage of the way your body is shaped. So you shouldn't have been there in the first place. Sorry, that's a no no. As far as I'm concerned, that's a no no. And I fully get it when women get all uptight and it's like poking a beehive with a stick. You're going to get stung. And as far as I'm concerned, you deserve to get stung. I'm sorry. It's just my way of thinking. It may be wrong. Other people may disagree with it, but that's me.
And I thank you for that. And I have made my feelings known from time to time on this. And I feel that it's not even, I shouldn't dumb the audience down by repeating something that I may have said over and over. But I want to share with the audience another story that I may have. And then if Anime Girl, our token Brit, has anything that they want to share, by all means. Katie Ledecky is now commenting on the China doping scandal. And this is important when we're talking about the Olympics. There's supposed to be consequences, she says. On July 29, 2021, Katie Ledecky swam a blistering anchor leg for Team USA in the final of the women's 800-meter freestyle relay at the Tokyo Olympics, stopping the clock with a time that would have given the Americans a world record in the event, except for the quartet of Chinese swimmers 2 lanes over, who out-touched them by 4/10 of a second, taking both the gold medal and the world record. So when Ledecky, a 7-time Olympic gold medalist, speaks about the Chinese doping scandal that burst into view this spring, calling into question some of the results from Tokyo and hijacking much of the discourse around the sport as the Olympic swimming trials set to begin this weekend in Indianapolis, she does not. So not only is a swimming legend, a clean sport advocate, and an athlete who has been drug tested hundreds of times over her career. She also does so as someone with a large chunk of history on the line, at least theoretically. Though Ledecky is proud of her silver medal, one of three in her storied Olympic career, an eighth gold would have equaled the most in history by a female swimmer and put her behind only Michael Phelps, 23, and Mark Spitz, 9, among all swimmers. Quote, clean play is supposed to be at the forefront of the Olympics, and I think it's really disappointing we're in this situation 3 years after all this happened. It's tough to accept as an athlete and now also to feel what it's like to be an athlete who won a silver medal behind some of those athletes who tested positive. I now know what that feels like. I've seen it before with other athletes and always felt for those athletes. In April, New York Times and German public broadcaster ARD revealed that 23 top Chinese swimmers had tested positive for a banned substance before the Tokyo Olympics, but were cleared to compete after the World Anti-Doping Agency, following an investigation, accepted China's explanation of an environmental tainting originating in the kitchens where swimmers' meals were prepared. Uh-huh. The positive tests were not publicly revealed at the time. So, 13 of the three Chinese swimmers who tested positive in January 2021 for trimetazidine, TMZ, not the news outlet, a heart disease medication that is on the ban list because it can increase stamina and reduce recovery time, went on to compete in Tokyo 7 months later with 4 of them winning medals. Bam! Among them, 23-year-old Zhang Yufi, who won gold with the world record time in the women's 200-meter butterfly, with Americans Reagan Smith, Hallie Flickinger taking silver and bronze. Then, about an hour later, swam the third leg for China's gold medal winning and world record setting 4x200 free relay squad. Zhang also won silver in the women's 100 fly early in the meet, with American Tori Husky edged out by the bronze by 1/100th of a second. Folks, come on. They tested positive. It's done. There's no like, oh, I'm sorry, well, the food was bad. No, no, no. They tested positive. That's the way it works. But China is muscling its way in everywhere. And this isn't the first time China has tested positive.
Yeah.
It's
They
funny
test
things,
positive
those
for a lot of things.
communists, huh?
Yeah, they test positive for a lot of things, don't they? And
Mm-hmm.
then they turn around and say, oh, it wasn't us, it was this, or it was that, or it was the next thing. So, yeah, get on with it. Believe what you like, but, I know where I sit on the fence on that one.
One of the
Further,
longest running jokes in the world of football, the international world, is If you want to test positive, just go have meat in Mexico because regularly soccer players test positive for lots of different steroids, which is usually found in meat in Mexico, which is
Yeah,
very interesting. And it's very clear. Now the problem is that what a lot of people don't equate or make the connection is we know which steroids are used in Mexico. And yet these players are going to Mexico and testing positive for steroids that aren't used. Oh, but I ate the meat. Uh
yeah,
huh.
yeah,
Yeah,
of
yeah.
course. It's easy to blame the surroundings, be it
Hmm.
food, drink, anything. Yeah, what is that you're eating for crying out loud?
I have a biscuit.
Yes.
Well, I've actually I had down to one. I had two others. I have carne asada, which is a big piece of steak. It was cooked. I heated it this morning, and I have rice. Is this brown rice or orange rice? I don't know. But we had
So in
it yesterday.
other words, you've been out, you've mugged the cow, robbed the baker, and now you're scoffing it.
Slight adjustment. Didn't go out. The daughter did. Brought
Oh,
it
so
home, and the
the daughter.
significant other cooked yesterday. That's why I'm
Yeah.
eternally grateful that I have a cooked meal. I don't have cooked meals, so
Well,
for me to have
as
one,
long as you're enjoying it, then that's the way to be. That's the main thing. As long as you
yeah.
are enjoying it, sir.
Hey,
I hope the cow
exactly.
is dead. I don't want it running around the plate going moo, asking for a vet.
Look, when I show up for, whenever I'm asked if I would like sushi, my answer is cooked and dead.
Yeah,
That's how me likes me food.
that's how me likes me food too. Me doesn't want the food looking at me going, hello. I mean, that definitely is not, I can now understand these guys when they say, I'll have a steak. And you go, yeah, well done, medium rare. And they go, blue. You go,
Yeah,
say what? Yeah,
yeah.
blue. And you go, what the hell's a blue steak? And it literally is they take a pan, put it on the put it on the hot plate, pick it up, take the steak, ding ding on the plate, and you think, are you kidding me? This thing's still got fleas jumping around on it.
Oh, stop it!
You know, it's just I'm afraid no. I don't eat steak anyway. I'm more chicken and pork than steak.
Good for you. I had significant numbers of steak yesterday, pieces of, and I am paying for it because it takes my digestive system a little longer to. Since I have diverticulitis, all it means is it it's uncomfortable and it hurts when I'm digesting it. But meat, protein, man, the body takes it all.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it's not like anything passes. It's just being absorbed by the body, and it's difficult to digest. That's all. But
yeah.
what a fool! Hey, there's food. There's food in the magic room. So I served myself.
Well, there you go. As long as you enjoy what you're eating, that is the main thing. Anyway, to
Oh
let you
man.
scoff politely, I've put something in the private chat and in the main thing, and it's a soccer-related story, and it's about my home country, Scotland.
I get to
There
it.
you go. And it appears that we jocks are at it again. We walked in full of get up and go, and after playing Germany, it got up and went. We got hammered 5-1,
Wow.
and we got a man sent off. So we were playing with 10 men.
Was it during the
Anyway,
game? He had a
yes,
red card.
yeah, he went in a bit hard, shall we say, against a German player who was a very good actor. Oh, did I say that out loud? Who was, not best pleased, and we were down to 10 men. And it would appear that Scotland's coach, Steve Clark, is urging the Tartan Army, because that's what they call the fans, the Tartan Army,
Mm-hmm.
to keep the faith. You see, The goals from Florian Wirtz and fellow attackers Jamal Musala came before defender Ryan Porteous was sent off just before half-time for conceding a penalty with a reckless tackle, so they say, on the host captain, Iklay Gundogan. And his fellow player, Kea Havertz, scored. Being down to 10 blokes on the field playing Germany in soccer, it's kind of like trying to bailing out the Titanic with a sieve. It ain't going to happen.
Wow. Wow.
You know, a substitute German came on called Nikal Fulkrug and made it 4-0 in the 68th minute. So dear old Scotland decided we're going to have to pull our fingers out of our posteriors, do something, and made a little attack. Unfortunately, a German defender, Antonio Rogia, managed to get his bonce in the way, and it was classified as a home goal. And this was in the 87th minute. Anyway, Emir Khan made it 5-1 with a clever little knock into the net at the added time. Now, Scotland now have Switzerland and Hungary in their next Group A matches, which they obviously are going to have to win and win big because of goal difference. That's how.
Oh, that's right. 5-1.
Yeah. So
that's a lot.
That's a lot. They've got these 5 goals they're going to have to cancel out. So between Switzerland and Hungary, they're going to have to really motor hard.
I think Switzerland's going to give them a run for their money, but Hungary, I mean, seriously, do you foresee? Does Hungary have a good team?
A lot of Hungarian players have started to come through on the European teams, so they do have experience. And as far as I'm aware, Hungary, in regards to football, they're no slouches. They are not slouches. So both matches, I think, will be, shall we say, worth following. But I have a funny feeling Scotland's run of here we are, and at the end of the first round is bye, we're going home now, we've had enough. It's going to continue, unfortunately. But there you go.
Well, hopefully it doesn't. I do like the Scottish team. They're a lot friendlier than, as I've mentioned, the hooligans. Because, folks, it's just amazing to me. Soccer is an incredibly physical sport, but it gets dirty between England and Germany. Oh, for the love of, there is no love lost there. No. And it gets dirty in the in the stadium.
Yeah, we see the problem that England have got is they're going to play, I believe their first match is against Serbia.
Oh, okay.
And that could be what they call a closed game because of the Serbian fans. Because they can be slightly over energetic with their hands, feet, head, anything that you can't hold on, they will. They're nasty little people, apparently. Wow. The fans,
soccer fans.
Yeah, these are they are soccer fans, and they believe they're soccer fans anyway. One might.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, did you detect the elitism on that one? Man, I got that one.
I'll have you know, one is not an elitist. One merely has to look at the local yokels, and of course, especially the colonials, to find out what not to do.
We went from elitist to aristocratic.
Well, of course, Elton. One's got to be aristocratic after all. One's talking to a colonial. And if you think I talk like that, live like that, you got another thing coming, boy.
That's funny. I, for a while, had the Beverly Hills one, and that one's really easy to do. It's an annoyance.
Yeah.
Actually, I've done it on air a few times. Speaking of someone that I want to give a shout out, watching us over on LinkedIn, Peter. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it. And we'll look. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, damn. I think I was going to meet with him for breakfast this past week, and I didn't follow up. Oh, you know what? I know why. Um, yeah, okay. Well, I'm not going to get into it on air, but yeah. Um,
You did a naughty, didn't you?
the car is okay. I did have an accident on the freeway. The Versa. As you know, we have three cars. We have the Celtas, we have the Maxima, we have the Versa. But I did, well, I guess I'm going to go public with the story. I hit something on the roadway. I was exiting. I
You
was coming
hit
up on an
someone?
exit. I'm sorry?
You hit someone?
Hit something, not someone.
Oh,
And
something.
it
Okay.
damaged the, of course, the alignment on the vehicle. And there was damage to the inside. The It was a truck tire, and it was a very big truck tire that I hit, unfortunately. And thank goodness I wasn't going very fast. I was already making my way towards the exits. I was in lane 3 or 4, I forget, and it was enough to yank the steering wheel over. And yeah, it's still sore right here. That, as a matter of fact, that's why I canceled one of the programs on Thursday, the BSG one. So just
Well,
was not feeling well.
can one ask the question? Why
No,
didn't one see the big rubber tire? Was it not attached to a rather large vehicle at the time?
it was dark.
You were saving electricity and you didn't have your headlights on.
I did have my headlights on, but it's the tire. It's black. You know, I mean, come
No,
on.
no, seriously, mate. I mean, was it what being left at the side of the road and you didn't? It just didn't.
It was in the lane of. It was in the flow of traffic. So
Damn, that's not good.
I was already decelerating. I was doing about 50, 55, which is less than the speed limit. And anyone knows me, it's like, what? Scorekeeper was doing 55 in a 65? Yeah, well, whatever. I was making my way towards the exit. And it's just the way things are, and it happened. And I'm glad I wasn't driving my usual, because when I hit the thing, it yanked the steering column over, and that's how I
Yeah.
stretched this. Still have it, unfortunately. The soreness is kind of going away, but hey, it is what it is. I'm here. I'm happy. Had I been going faster and knowing the object that I hit, I don't know how bad it could have
How
been.
badly damaged is the car?
Well, it's all internal. It's in the tire well itself. There's actually no damage. You can see on the side on the door, not necessarily the paneling, but you can see almost like black paint where the tire hit and got caught in the real well.
Oh,
And
scuff marks.
yeah, but they're not the kind you can rub out. They're like
No.
they're there.
Yeah, well, yeah, being a truck tire, yeah, I can understand that. Yeah, they're going to be there, all right.
And but like I said, there's no damage on the outside, but when you look in the rear, the tire well on the left side, it's significant internally. So I'm gonna have to get that fixed. Now, the alignment is way off, because if you consider the steering wheel, like it's like this. It's not 45 degrees, but
Yeah,
it's enough where I can tell, and
yeah.
I haven't driven the
As
car
we
since I
say
got
over
home.
here, your tracking is shot.
Yes, yes.
Your tracking is shot. It's the sort of stuff we get when we hit potholes. Mind you, these days in Britain, we now have potholes with their own potholes. So, we're doing
Oh,
well. Yeah, we're doing well.
actually, that might be an American invention.
What?
Potholes within potholes.
Yeah, we got potholes within bloody potholes.
That's funny.
In fact, we got one village not far from here actually that they reckon if they can't fix the road soon, the village itself will be cut off because they won't be able to get in.
So what's the deal? What's going on? Who hasn't done the maintenance?
The council haven't done the
Oh,
maintenance. Plus, the council, you see, are blaming the weather.
okay. Well, then allow me to get political right now. Do you have an opinion on on Brexit?
Brexit,
Yeah.
biggest cock up we ever got involved in. But never mind.
Wait, as in exiting
Mm,
or being a part of the European Union?
exiting.
Mm.
Because unfortunately, you see, in today's modern world, I mean, however patriotic one wishes to be, and believe you me, when it comes to Scotland, I'm extremely patriotic. Comes to Britain, I'm patriotic. You cannot stand alone. And we are an island nation, and we cannot stand alone. We might like to think we can. We don't have an empire. We don't have the wherewithal to stand up against things like Putin. Really, we need people to assist us to do that. Just
Well, as
like
a
we
matter of
needed.
fact, your navy might be bigger than Putin's navy right now.
Oh yeah, but you see, we don't like putting our ships where people can get hold of them and put holes in the damn things. We tend to keep them away. You know, several hundred years of being an island nation, you learn do not put a ship next to the coast because guess what? Them on the coast are going to bloody try and sink the damn thing. They normally succeed. You see, we learned that. Somebody called Nelson tried to teach other people this, but I don't think they quite got the message.
Yeah, that's Trafalgar, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
wow. It's a pity that he went early, but it's still his leadership outnumbered, outgunned, out everything. Well,
Yeah.
okay, not out everything. The skill was there, the technology was there. It's just
Yeah.
the numbers, right? Were not
He used what he had to his advantage, and what he did was he took his lines and he split the enemy forces. Basically,
there. Oh, so he didn't
where
cross.
most people would cross the T,
I
he
was about
didn't.
to say, so
He
he didn't
through it.
cross the T, right?
Well, yeah, he went through the damn thing. He just went straight through. Said, "Sod it," and he took on. Being that they're the wooden ships, you see, the first thing you learn with any wooden ship is do not turn your back end towards anybody's cannon, because the back end of any sailing ship is its most fragile part. And of course, you fire in through the back end, and you literally your cannonballs will go straight through the entire ship. I mean,
Mhm.
you look at a gun deck on any sailing vessel, and it's open. There's really nothing there except the masts.
Yeah,
So if you can get through the back end, you're taking out that entire gun deck. So he
yeah,
used his common sense and said to his captains, "Close on the enemy. Get in, rake the sterns," and that's
yeah,
what he did.
yeah. It is an abject lesson for the rest of us to realize. But that's good. Who knows? Maybe we'll be discussing that in hey, maybe we will do Trafalgar in the not too distant future. I understand on September, is it the 14th? I'll have to check. It's on the NDB Media calendar right now. You can check out everything that's upcoming, folks. But we will be doing the Ghost Division on a Saturday. And that's, of course, the 7th Panzer, the
Yes,
Ghost Division.
yeah. Erwin Rommel's little crew going
We're going to
through.
be doing it from that point of view, from the German point of view, which will be very difficult for me. I, who be an armchair historian, I, who be an armchair. Oh, wow. Wow. That was a colonial at his finest. Oh,
Yeah, talk
that
about
was
taking the English language and munching it around and spitting that out the wrong way. Yeah, that'll do well.
that was a bit of Latin, Hood, and Ebonics all in one, right? I think that
Ooh,
I was overqualified on that one.
yeah, but then
Sorry,
I
folks.
mean, we were all armchair historians. I mean, we just some of us getting a little bit more than others.
Yes. As you folks know or don't know, when I did the last history program and I went on for a little way too long when I was doing the recap of the start of it, I went all by memory. Yes, I'm proud of that. There are just some things that I'm able to remember and other things like, huh? What were you talking about? So,
Yeah,
but
you may remember, but you did mangle a few facts, didn't you, sir?
you already brought it to my attention, didn't you?
Yes, I did bring it to your attention last week.
Yeah, that's
I
why
mean,
I already
we'll
forgot.
ask you the question once again. Of which country was Adolf Hitler Chancellor?
Germany.
Bingo.
He was from
Who
Austria.
who was the Russian that von Ribbentrop had a little
Oh,
chat with?
von Ribbentrop and Molotov, right?
Bingo. And the ace in the hole, who was the little guy that
Oh my God, I don't remember. Squiggling or something.
Quisling.
Quisling, yes. I
Quisling.
know that name, but now that one has been escaping me.
Yeah.
But Anime Girl, for the history that you know, were you proud of me?
Yes, you did not three bad, as they say over here. You did not three bad. Yes, you went a little bit, but
Oh,
you're an
especially
American.
at Midway. I detailed Midway, man.
Yeah, I mean exactly. As I explained to Liz, and I explained to most people, for the Americans, Second World War, they are what we would say Pacific centric, because that was your war. That was your war as far as you were concerned. Europe, for you, was just a sideline. Yeah,
That's interesting.
dumb Brits have got themselves in the shit again. We'll go dig them out.
But what a lot of people don't realize is it was Europe first. That's how strong America was. It was we did everything Europe first, but
Yeah,
yet we were still able to fight on the
yeah,
other side. But yeah,
exactly.
folks, I apologize. We are going a little bit way off
Oh,
topic on
oh,
that one. I'm
oh,
sure
oh,
we
oh.
will again. We
Yeah,
will.
oh, come on. This is sports talk with the guys, and if we kept on one subject too long, hell, we'd get bored and we'd just fall asleep.
I think so. Yes. Now, that was the article that we had a moment ago. There's another one
Yeah.
I want to post now that I also have for Anime Girl. It's from Manchester United. I'm going to put the link up in just a moment, folks. There it is, so you can follow along if you'd like. And apparently, Manchester United agreed personal terms in first of two center back signings with giant transfer fee to seal the deal. Manchester United have agreed personal terms with Everton center back Jared Branwaite, and how much he's due to earn has been revealed, while the Red Devils could make it double amid their ongoing pursuits of other elite stars in the position. Manchester United recently confirmed Rafael Varane will leave the club when his contract expires on June 30th. United are open to offers for Harry Maguire and Victor Lindelof, though John Evans has been offered a contract extension. One or more, probably two new center backs look required to complement Lissandro Martinez from whoever else remains from the clear out. New co-owner Sir Jim Ratcliffe has instructed his underlings to ditch the Hollywood shenanigans or signings approach in favor of landing younger stars with resale value and a possible Premier League experience as well. One player who ticks every box is Jared Branwaith, and Manchester United have made significant progress in their quest to bring the 21-year-old to old. Is it Trafford?
Old Trafford, yes.
Wow. So, a
Mm.
little bit of news with Manchester United right there, folks. You can check that one out. And we do appreciate all the likes and all the loves and all the follows. And folks, we got ourselves into a little bit of a kerfuffle with Facebook and StreamYard. So if you guys can do us a solid and head on over to Trekking Across the Universe on Facebook and hit the like or the follow, we need to get to 100. That's like the only one that we don't have that's at 100, embarrassingly, because that's one of our younger channels, our newer channels. So if you guys can head on over there and give us a like, we would appreciate it. Once we get to 100, we'll be in a much better shape with StreamYard and Facebook.
Yeah, they're getting a little bit narky now, aren't they? All Facebook.
Well, it's kind of being abused by a bunch of stupid people where they will create an account and then they're putting out. This is, in my opinion, for the upcoming election. This is one requirement that they're trying to put up so it would limit the noise of people who are stupid, people who are liars, and that's what it comes down to, folks. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry.
No.
There are
Mm,
people out there that are just out to create problems,
mhm.
and they're just making stuff up. It's always been to get the most clicks. And sorry to say, but the old Joseph Goebbels line and Adolf Hitler line is the greater the lie, the easier it is for it to be believed.
Yeah.
And
And
on,
the more you shout it out, the less the normal voices are heard. And
yeah. So this is one thing that they're trying to limit. You can't just create a channel and start making noise. At
no.
least using both StreamYard and Facebook. Now that is completely unofficial. It is the opinion of this foolish host here, but I do notice that there are other standards that are being put in place, and the election season is coming, and it's good. Hey, folks, it's not about free speech because you can go to your website, you can go to your handle, you can do whatever you want. But there are other things that they're saying. Hey, you got to be around for a little bit, and there are people that cry and say that's stifling free speech. No, it isn't. Go outside, yell outside all you want. You can do whatever you want. As a matter of fact, buy your own website. You can do whatever you want on your website. You don't need Facebook. You don't need YouTube. You don't need any of that stuff. Just create your own website. And if your following isn't that great, well, so be it. I have to deal with it every day.
I'm
So,
about as popular as a skunk in a confined space some of the time, so I don't care.
well, I have 4 profiles, so I have 5 followers. So I'm very happy with that. And it's good. Now, I was waiting for the big dog to join us, but apparently he's not awake yet. I'm not going to wait any longer. As you guys all know, the logo for one of our sports, which is right here, that is for the NBA.
Yeah.
The gentleman who is the logo, Jerry West, passed away earlier this week.
Oh, that's
And yeah, he was a phenomenal basketball player as well as general manager. And I do just want to get into what one of the players, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, had to say about him. I'm going to put the link in the chat for my co-hosts as well as for everyone if you'd like to go ahead and follow along. This one is also on MSN. Forgive me a moment as I put it on there. You can check it out and follow along. Lakers legend Kareem Abdul-Jabbar offers heartfelt tribute to Jerry West. The NBA and sports community Wednesday mourned the loss of Basketball Hall of Famer Jerry West. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, uh, who was within the Los Angeles Lakers franchise, was one of the many personalities who expressed their sadness at the passing of the logo. Abdul-Jabbar, who was part of the championship teams that West played a pivotal role in creating and leading, posted on X a heartfelt message to his late friend and mentor. Quote, the reason Jerry West is the logo for the NBA is because he embodied the qualities we admire in our best athletes: skills as a player, dedication as a teammate, and integrity as a person. He was my coach and my advisor, but mostly he was my friend. Today, a part of the continent has broken off, and we are all left a little smaller. I know I am. I especially want to send my deepest condolences to Karen and the entire West family.
Hmm.
As you know, Jerry West was an illustrious player. He passed away on Wednesday morning at the age of 86, with his wife Karen by his side, as confirmed by a statement from the Los Angeles Clippers. West had been serving as a consultant for the Clippers. West, a Basketball Hall of Famer, was inducted 3 times for his outstanding career as both a player and executive, is renowned for his silhouette that serves as the basis of the NBA logo, as I mentioned. He was the third player ever in NBA history to achieve 25,000 points a consistent all-star throughout his career, and led the Lakers to the finals on 9 occasions, capturing a championship in 71, 72. Additionally, West was recognized as a 12-time All-NBA selection, received the NBA Finals MVP award in 1969, the year I was born. I was alive for that, despite being on the losing team. He
So was I,
won the MVP award on the losing team, folks. Wow.
which is not an easy thing to do, actually, is it?
And it's the only time it was awarded to a player from the losing team.
I was going to
Whoa.
say it. That normally don't work that way, do it?
No. And he was honored as part of the NBA's 75th anniversary team. And folks, as you know, NBA did it for 50 years. They mentioned the 50 best players of all time, and they didn't number them. They didn't quantify it that way. They said these are the 50 best. Now, for the 75th year, you had 25 possible additions, subtractions, whatever, but you have 75. And I love the way the NBA actually does that. They don't rank the players, but he was on the 50th and the 75th. So even with the talent that we have today, Jerry West is still on the list. Wow. After retiring as a player, West experienced success as an NBA executive, and oh boy, did he! He was a terror. He swindled other general managers regularly. He is notably constructing the Showtime Lakers of the 80s, which secured 5 championships during that era. He also played a pivotal role in assembling the Shaquille O'Neal and Kobe Bryant partnership. West was present for the Lakers' initial championship in 2000 before departing, allowing the team to achieve a three-peat in subsequent years. West held various management roles, contributing to the Lakers' NBA championships in 80, 82, 85, 87, 88, and 2000. Jerry West is forever a basketball icon. He is the logo. He's not an icon. Folks, there are words that are repeated by people that it just goes to show you they have nothing to say. They're just repeating what comes before. And this word icon is one of them. For you to state the obvious, you're not you're not doing anything. And you don't even say I'm stating the obvious. You just forever a basketball icon. Dude, obviously you had nothing else to say. He brought Lakers fans their first championship in Los Angeles 72 and was integral to another 6 titles during his time with us, the club said. Our thoughts are with the West family and the many NBA fans who honor his legacy. Jerry West will always be a Lakers legend. West later joined the Memphis Grizzlies and Golden State Warriors organizations. He was part of the Warriors front office during the championships in 2015 and 2017, earning his 7th and 8th championship rings as an executive. The logo received the Executive of the Year awards in 95 with the Lakers and 2004 with the Grizzlies. An incredibly talented man and professional individual. We are all smaller that he is gone. I remember the story that he could not watch the Laker games, that he would be off to the sideline because he could not tolerate watching the games. And it just, it, 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 it annoyed me so much. But now that I'm older, I understand a little bit about that. But you know what? That was his thing. He could not watch the games. Like, well,
Quite
you had
honest, there's a lot of sportsmen that they play this sport and they are very very good at it. But ask them to watch a game or comment on a game, and they turn around and say, "No, I can't do that." They get too into it. You know what I mean?
well, that's what is implied here. And my thing, he is the basketball executive of the team. You need to see how the team is playing.
Mm.
You need to know how they are. But again, he is a winner. He has more rings on one finger than I'll ever have. So I readily acknowledge this, and it's definitely a loss. So Um,
It's the nickname that they gave him as well,
the
Mr.
logo.
Clutch, for his ability to shine in late game situations. Yeah, really? Way to go. Way to
Yes,
go.
I had forgotten about that, but actually, that may have been more subconscious than anything else. I abhor the line that this person is clutch or this person is in in doing well in clutch situations.
Hmm.
Folks, these are professionals. Every at bat, every pitch, every field goal, every punt, every shot on goal is clutch.
I didn't realize that he's got a gold medal in the 1960 Summer Olympics.
Jerry West,
Yeah.
I forgot to mention that. Yeah,
West earned a gold medal in the 1960 Summer Olympics.
yeah.
So there you go. I mean, not a lot of people can say that, they are the logo. They've been inducted 3 times and they got a gold medal at the Olympics. Ain't many people want to say that even these days.
No,
That says a lot for the man. More
yeah,
power
it's
to him.
phenomenal, phenomenal player. As we enter second hour here on Sports Talk with the guys, today is the Saturday morning extravaganza. That's Anime Girl right over there, and of course yours truly, Scorekeeper. Head on over to ndbmedia.net. Check out everything that's happening on the network. We have a lot of cool stuff coming up, and it's a lot of cool stuff all the time happening on the network. So check it out. Please give us a like and a follow. We do appreciate it. We need it, especially the old guy here. Follows and likes, help to stabilize this person's world. So
He's he gets a little bit upset if you don't like him.
I don't understand who you're pointing at.
The word you colonial. Please listen to what people are saying. Thank you.
Who the hell are you looking at?
You muppet.
Hey, Muppet, you're looking to your left. I'm
Yeah.
to your right. I'm to
No,
your
you're
right.
there. No,
No,
you're there.
I am to your right
No, you're there.
on screen.
On screen, you're there.
No,
Yes.
no.
Yes.
Let me fix it for you.
Now you're there.
No,
Yes.
no.
Oh yeah. On my screen, you is there.
I don't give a rat's patootie what is on your screen.
I don't care what you're looking at. I know what I'm looking. Now you're over there.
All I know is that I am looking correctly. When I look to
Yeah.
my right, you're there. I've
Right.
got it
Now I
right.
look at my right, and you're there.
Now, this is not a political commentary. Good morning, Tanya.
Hello.
Hate to say it, but Roger's right. Thank you. Yes, thank you, Tanya. Come on. Thank you, Tanya. Um,
Colonial's
but notice what she said. It was in deference to you.
Yeah.
Hate to say it, but Roger's right. That's it. That's the whole. It's that Roger is right. I mean, do you know? Do you realize? Actually, I believe Tanya is probably nauseous right now, and she's probably upchucked a little bit just by saying Roger's right. I mean, I think she just lost a pound. It's stress. Hi, Tanya. Good morning. So, hopefully, you'll be able to join us in a little bit. We'll see. Anime Girl, maybe you can send her an invite. So,
Hmm. Yeah.
continuing a little bit more. I don't know if I have anything else on the Olympics other than it is. Oh, actually, she's quite hungry. I haven't had breakfast now. Oh, Tanya,
Well,
yesterday they cooked. Of course, right? They had avocado as well, but it was the avocado mix. So I have. I'm sorry, carne asada and rice right now. Sorry about that. Oh, sorry, Tanya. She's the doctor right now. No, well, When the doctor asks, "Hey, you look a little pale. What's going on?" Roger's being a jerk over on the West Coast. They'll give you good drugs, Tanya.
No comment. No comment.
I
She
am
says
rude.
rude.
Yes, yes, but it's all good. I'm glad that you're spending a little bit of time with us right now. Hopefully, things are good with you. So, looking forward to having you join us in a little bit. As I mentioned, there's really not much else that I want to get to on the Olympics, but that is in about a month. So, looking forward to that. I do have some NFL news. We can get over that in a little bit. Um,
Let's see, I got no, we don't want the NBA standings. We don't want the
um,
NBL standings.
actually, yeah, NHL we already did. I have a little funny. This is a very minor story right here. So I'm going to post it in the chat room, and I'm also going to post in the private chat. Apparently, there's a major typo. So, folks, this is something that Scorekeeper would do in real life. And apparently, in the ring for the the Chiefs, the image is that the ring has a typo, and it's just talking about the fact that they beat the ring lists the Dolphins as a number 7 seed. They were not. They were the number 6 seed. The Steelers were the 7th seed, and the ring lists the teams that they beat, and it's just kind of funny. So let me see if I have the image of it right now, and let's see. Let's take a look. Let me switch to it. Here's what the ring's going to look like. Oh, what happened? Okay, here we go. Beautiful imagery. So it has a 22 diamonds, symbolic of the points scored in the second half and overtime win. Championship years featured on flags within the stadium: 69, 2019, 22, 22, and 2023. Decaled iconic fireworks shot at Gia Field at Arrowhead. Each Super Bowl captain received a C on their ring. And 142.2 is a tribute to the Chiefs Kingdom, the loudest fans in the world. And this represents the 2022 and 2023 victories. The 19 diamonds represent the 11 consecutive winning seasons and eighth consecutive AFC title, and only the second Super Bowl in history to go into overtime. And wow, everything on here that it represents, you can take a look at it. It's an absolutely gorgeous ring, but when you open it up, I believe this is where the issue is. Oh, it's on the inside of the ring. So I thought it was a misspelling here. United, and that's the team motto. But Kansas City won 26-7 over Miami. Oops, the 7th seed. Nope, they were the 6th seed. So there is a typo. Kansas City then beat 27-24 Buffalo. They then beat the number 1 seed, Baltimore. And of course, they beat San Francisco. So all of this has significance. It's an app. Look at that. My God. That's an incredible ring, is it not?
Must weigh a ton.
Yeah. And I love how you can open it up and you see the game winning play drawn out using Coach Reed's handwriting, which is kind of interesting. Tom and Jerry, 2/11/2024. The Las Vegas inspired logo, a tribute to the host city. 17 miniature gold leaf confetti commemorating the 17 points scored in the AFC Championship game. The 1 through 4 Lombardi trophies defending on the receipts time with the Chiefs. Championship years, the recipient has been with the Chiefs. So this is unique to each and every player. There may be numerous ones, or there may be one, like 2023, or the most recent ones. And the commemorative patch honoring Norma Hunt. And it's like, wow. 28 diamonds, symbolic of the defense that held every opponent under 28 points Incredible.
Mm. That's the thing. Some working out.
The 58 diamonds within this area are a nod to Super Bowl 58. The 50 diamonds in this area represent the Chiefs' scoring ability at home, where they outscored opponents by 50. The 16 custom cut rubies, symbolic of the 16 outright division championship titles. Over here, the 19 custom cut baguette diamonds represent the first team in 19 years to win back to back Super Bowls. Unbelievable.
Mm.
Absolutely amazing.
Must be worth a fair bit of money.
Well, when you look at all the diamonds themselves, I mean, this is in excess of 30,000, I imagine, if not more. So it has 505 round diamonds, 19 baguette diamonds, 5 marquee diamonds, 38 custom cut genuine rubies, 14.8 total carats. Oh, yeah. That's
That's a bit.
that's in the tens of thousands.
Yeah.
And by Jostens, yes, of course. And then of course you can take a look at last year's. So this is on the Chiefs.com website, and you can see Super Bowl 52, the one for last year, which was impressive in its own right. But all right, there it is. Absolutely impressive.
Oh yeah.
But
But
there's a little they got the team wrong. The 7th
well,
seed versus the 6th. That's why I said, had scorekeeper been there, that would have been. So whoever did that, don't worry, blame me. That is something scorekeeper would have done. That's clearly an oversight because he likes the number 7, not necessarily fond of number 6 due to biblical connotations, but I'm just a simple guy.
no comment.
Yes, Tanya says I love the Olympics, but I think more Winter Olympics than summer. Um I agree, Tanya. I am more winter, but I will watch the Summer Olympics. Finest athletes in the world, you know. There's some good stuff on there. Whenever they play some of the, um, I forget what they're called, but when host countries are trying to introduce a sport, like I remember in 1984, it was baseball that they host in Los Angeles at Dodger Stadium. I forget what they call that when they're trying to get it to be accepted for
Yeah.
competition. But I'm always on the lookout for stuff like that, which is a sport that they're trying to get to be in the Olympics to be a regular event. So it's kind of cool. I'm a bobsledder. I love watching the bobsleds for the Winter Olympics. I mean, that is
Yeah.
fun. I
You
do
ever done
watch
it?
the ice skating. I'm sorry,
Have you ever done it?
bobsled.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nintendo. You bet damn
No,
right.
no.
I have.
Have you ever done it for real?
I did it on Wednesday morning on the freeway. I was toboggan, baby.
No. Yeah. No. Seriously. No. Seriously. Have you ever actually been in a real bobsleigh going on a bobsleigh run?
Does this shirt imply anything about my heritage?
I have.
I would almost say ice,
Yeah, I did.
ice.
Yeah, I
You
did.
know, from Jamaica,
Yeah.
ice.
Ice. Exactly. Yeah. I did it. I did it when I was in
Did
the
you
army.
really?
Yeah. I was number 3.
Do tell, please.
Well, in the army, they have stuff called Snow Queen.
Hmm.
And that normally means you go, obviously, to the mountains to go skiing. And I was rather reticent of actually skiing. And I said to my immediate superior that I could find an easier way of committing suicide than going down a hill on 2 planks of wood at 70 miles an hour. I was being polite.
You had a sense of humor then. You have it now. Gee.
So it was a case of, he said, well, you're not going to stand there and do absolutely diddly squat. You're going to get off your behind and do something. Well, as I was standing there, these guys trundled past with this thing, and I went, oh, that looks like fun. So he went, right, go find out. And it was the bobsleigh crew. And I said about, could I actually try it? And they went, well, yeah, you can't be number 1 because he's the guy that steers it. Number 2 has a job. The number 4 has the brake, so he has a job. The only one that really doesn't do a great deal except dead weight is number 3. And you are told when you get into bobsleigh, do not stick your head up to see where you're going because it interferes with the flow
It's the
around the
friction.
sled.
Yeah. It's aerodynamics.
Bingo. And you
I'm
look at these
sorry.
things and you think these things are really high tech till you get in them.
No,
And
no.
basically, you're on a plank of wood with four ice skates and a piece of rope at the front to steer the damn thing. At least that's the one that we had.
Well, if you've seen the movie Cool Runnings, it's pretty clear what it is. It's just,
Exactly.
yeah.
So, you stand there and you're giving it all, and then you run like buggery to make sure you get some speed up, and everybody dives in the sled. Well, I'm telling you, you may not see where you're going, but it's the biggest rush you'll ever get in your life because
Mm.
the sound is just unbelievable. And it's like being in a fighter jet because as you're going round, you've got, the force pushing you in and the way down the run you get. It's fun. It is.
Tanya commented that I love the skiing, ice skating, and bobsled competitions. I forgot about the skiing where it's the slope, the ramp, the
You
jumping
jump.
that
You jump. Yeah.
the ski jump. Oh, for the love of everything that is, I will never be able to do that in my life, just
No. Don't
because.
jump.
Yeah, it's the
It's the
fear
one
that I
that
have.
the
The
one
ski
that
jump.
gets
Thank you.
me that I've never understood is Langlauf. Langlauf skiing. I never got that. If
What
you're
is
going to
that?
go for a walk, why tie 2 planks of wood to your feet? That ain't going to work that way.
Oh, okay.
Don't register to me. Two planks of wood on your feet. I mean, snowshoes are bad enough, but 2 planks of wood, really? No.
Yeah,
It's like the
yeah.
first time I ever tried ice skating. It was basically, if you think of the basic cartoon joke about people on ice skates, that's what happened to me. I put on a pair of ice skates and I'm stood in the gateway looking at the rink, and my friend behind me went, "Go on then, go on then." And I went, "Yeah, in a minute, in a minute." And he went, "For Christ's sake," and he kicked me in the posterior. And yours truly went straight across the whole width of the bloody ice rink to the other side and straight over the barrier in a heap. Stood up and went, "Stuff this for a game of soldiers," took the ice skates off and went to a drink. I thought, I'm not going back on again. It was like literally watching Tom and Jerry. Straight away over the other side. No play. Not going back.
Yeah. Yeah. And in the movie Cool Runnings, when they go out to the ice for the first time, that would easily be me. And
Yeah.
not understanding how you have to grip, the snow. So, Tanya helped me out the ski jump. She also says, I used to love skiing until I had a ski accident. Ah, sorry, Tanya.
Mm,
I have yet to have that accident. I will never have that accident because
you
I
don't go
guess
skiing.
skiing is not unlike being a motorcycle pilot. There's two types of motorcycle drivers. There's those that will fall and those that have fallen. That's just it. That's all. So
Then again, there are those that say you're not a proper motorcyclist until you've come off at least one and scalped your bloody part of your body.
oof, yeah, that's why I didn't understand why even during the summer I would see the bicyclists speeding through traffic, lane cutting as they call it, or lane splitting, whatever they say. They're wearing leather jackets. They're wearing all even during the summer.
Yeah.
It's like wow.
Yeah, when you see these idiots, over here, they've got over because it's mandatory. They've got the helmet on, but they're riding down the road and they're wearing a t-shirt and shorts, and you think, yeah, you come off that thing at 70 miles an hour, there is not going to be a lot left of your body by the time you come to a halt.
I
Gravel
remember.
rash doesn't come into it.
I remember when they instituted the helmet requirement here in California, and they. I remember Jay Leno, the comedian, had taken a public stance on it, and he wore the barest minimum of motorcycle helmets. He rides quite a bit, He's an aficionado of bikes and cars. Obviously, as you know, he owns more than 500 automobiles. And
Yeah.
hey, good for him. That's his collection. That's his thing. And
Mm.
I'm not making fun of him or whatever. I thought he was a jerk when it came to certain things in the business and industry, but he was on the Tonight Show, and his record speaks for itself. So I'm not throwing him shade. I'll let the real comedians and professionals do that, and they're much better at it than I am. But he is an aficionado of those items, and he has a few bikes. I know he has a Harley, and the vehicles that he's collected over the years. His car collection is absolutely amazing. Some
Oh
of
yeah.
his cars are at the Peterson Museum in Los Angeles. The Peterson Museum is absolutely phenomenal. The building itself, as well as the vehicles when you go in there, is just absolutely crazy. But a lot of people don't know, tiny bit of trivia, and here we go on a tangent, or at least here goes Scorekeeper, that the car, the the Mercedes that good old Adolf rode in is also here in Southern California. It's in it's not in a museum per se, but it is at the
Which
airport.
which
Uh,
Mercedes are we talking about?
it's one of the ones where he'd be in the jump seat up in front, and it
We're talking about
is
one of the big six wheelers.
yes, and
Okay.
it's over in Orange County, down
Mm.
over there actually, Orange County. It's I believe it's at MacArthur Museum. I'll look it up real quick.
I mean,
Hitler
those big,
coach.
they are big vehicles. As far as I was aware,
Yeah.
I wasn't aware that any had survived. To be honest, any of the big six wheeler ones had actually survived.
It is, and it's been proven it matches some historical references and stuff. So
Because
yes, and this is a rather new event, and what I mean by new event, it's within the last 20 to 30 years that they figured out that it was that one, but it is one of those. Um,
they're bloody big armored things. They are. I mean, they're basically a miniature bloody armored car without a roof.
I think I did a bad search as to where it is. Oh, it's in Santa Ana. There it is. So I'm gonna go to YouTube if you guys want to check it out. So it actually is. It's at the Lion Air Museum of all places.
Hmm.
I guess Herman would be happy.
Must have taken some
Oh,
getting back.
I was right. It is at
What?
the John Wayne Airport, which I said Orange County, but it is technically Santa Ana. So I'm going to put the link. This is a guy that I follow. He's really cool. He's a Padre fan, but his channel on YouTube is called Sidetrack Adventures. he he's a genuinely cool guy. It seems to be, and he goes all over the place, and he's done some real neat stuff. So I put here's the link. You guys should check it out. There it is, and he talks about Hitler's car in the Lion Air Museum in Santa Ana, California. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give him play to his channel. I'm gonna play it a little bit, but I don't want to take from his content because it's not fair. But I do want to show it. Here it is. He's really a funny guy. He has a little bit of dry humor. I think he's real cool. But check it out.
And the reason we're here today is we heard that here at the airport, they have a car that belonged to one of history's biggest monsters, Adolf Hitler, and we're going to try to find it.
There it is. It's right there. See it?
Yeah.
Now we're at the Lion Air Museum, which is
Yeah.
located on the west side of the John Wayne Airport. And the Lion Air Museum was founded by Major General Lyon from the United States Air Force. And in the museum, there are a lot of World War II era airplanes. The museum is
Anyway, I don't want to, again, I, I don't want to take away from the individual's channel, but it is really cool. The Air Museum is impressive. There's a B-17 bomber, amongst others, and they're in phenomenal condition, as you heard. I think there's a mosquito there as well. I think there's B-24 Mitchell. Uh,
Oh,
so it's cool. It's cool. But check out the video. And he's all over the Southwest of the United States, and where he goes is really neat. I've actually followed some of his videos to go on my own sojourns. But anyway, the car's there. Yeah, one of them did survive, and it made it
yeah.
here. Isn't that crazy?
According to this, is that one of the four-wheeled Mercedes actually went unsold after a $7 million bid was rejected.
Wow. But that's the six-wheeled one, isn't it?
The one you showed was a six-wheeled. This is a four-wheeled one.
Oh, the four-wheel one, what? At the museum?
I don't know where it was. Just said it was on Fox News. 6
Oh,
years
okay,
ago.
that's different, yeah.
Yeah, six. This
the-
is a four-wheeled one, but that six-wheeled one you showed there is slightly different to the one that
Yeah.
that I'm used to.
Well, I'm not going to say it's a touring sedan, but that's one of the ones he used. But anyway, don't want to get
Yeah,
more
'cause
time than
They
is
should have
necessary.
a Luger in the door.
Yeah, actually, check out the video. It's really cool. It is in there. So
Yeah.
it Mark Felton did a video on it as well. The mystery of Hitler's missing Mercedes.
Mhm.
And again, it's right here in Santa Ana, California, which is crazy. It's amazing, and the story of how it got here is really
Amazing
cool.
what you Americans pick up when you come to Europe, isn't it?
There's a lot of stuff, unfortunately, that they pick up, both good and bad. But that's
Yeah,
neither here nor there.
you tend to pick up lots of stuff and take it home and think, yeah, that'll be cool.
Oh, so said the Imperials. Oh my God. Oh, you.
Yeah, but hang on. We admitted that we had imperial aspirations. We're never the ones that sit there and say, well, we haven't got imperial aspirations, we don't have an empire, and then go build one, Mr. America.
Where's our empire? You guys have more overseas territories.
I wouldn't say so, not these days. You're
We
in the Pacific, you're in the Atlantic, you're in the
No,
North, you're in the South, you're all over the damn
the
place.
sun still does not set on the British Empire. Granted, they're little specks in the ocean, but
Yeah,
there's
little specks. Some guy on a bloody raft going, hello.
Stop It, Saint Helena, of course, Diego Garcia, and there's several islands in the Caribbean still. As a matter of fact, I think there's an island off Cuba that there's questions whether there's a question as to who owns it, but I believe it's still owned by the British, but your people.
A lot of stuff we handed back because it was too expensive.
Yeah, next time I go to the British Museum, I'm going to point out all the stuff that you haven't given back, but that's okay.
Like what? What we haven't given? Come on, what haven't we given back that people want?
There's a lot of stuff in your museums.
What, you talking
That's
about the
okay.
Elgin marbles?
I'm not even talking about the crown jewels. Some people are laying claim to that. And look, my dean is, hey, you know what? If you start laying those claims, you're going to lay claims on everything. It's going to be very difficult to resolve a lot of that stuff.
I mean, it's like the Stone of Destiny. I mean, Scotland fought for years to get it back. I mean, they've given something back, but is it the real stone? Nobody knows.
Right. Yeah. No one will know.
No.
And speaking of no one knowing, but in this one, apparently they will. Fans are ecstatic, allegedly, due to the NFL and Netflix. They make a massive announcement, and this was 1 day ago. The NFL knows that fans and Americans crave as much football as they can possibly get their hands on, whether it be games, news, videos, or shows. Fans are going to eat it up. HBO's Hard Knocks has been a smashing hit, and now Netflix is joining the NFL world. Netflix and the NFL have announced that they will be a certain pullback in their new series Receiver that gives fans a look into the life of some of the league's top pass catchers. The series will highlight George Kittle, Deebo Samuel of the San Francisco 49ers, Devontae Adams of the Las Vegas Raiders, Justin Jefferson of the Minnesota Vikings, and Amon-Ra St. Brown of the Detroit Lions. So The news comes on the heels of Netflix also having Quarterback, which gave an insightful look at Patrick Mahomes, Kirk Cousins, and Marcus Mariota. The new spinoff with this group has fans thrilled. I'm so excited! Writes someone.
My God Almighty!
The Netflix and the NFL are hitting it out of the park again. This will be fun to watch. Justin Jefferson, Debo, Samuel, and George Kittle. Are you kidding me? An excited fan posted. So there's some interesting commentary on it. We'll see how it works on Netflix, but having an insight into the sport, it's kind of cool seeing something like that. But again, folks, it's you're never going to see the whole thing, but being there in the training rooms, being there on the practice fields, you no one ever gets to do that. So knowing they're taking a camera there, it's kind of cool. Kind of seeing how stuff like that happens. So
Yeah, I see your favourite quarterback was being in the news over the past week as well for still being missing in action, shall we say?
yeah, and it's very simple, folks. Look, if you miss a day of work, what happens? You take sick leave, and if you don't take sick leave, you take no pay. It's very simple. And the individual, such as this quarterback, Aaron Rodgers, if he missed a mandatory requirement, it's very simple. Sorry, dude. Now, if it's something that's beyond his control and things like that happen, teams will consider it one day. But when it's a regular thing, come on. It's simple. You just find the player. That's it. Say, hey, sorry. It's mandatory. Your contract says you have to be here. Oh, but my plane got. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. You have one requirement, your job. When I was educated by a coworker that my employer doesn't pay me to have a life, doesn't pay me to allow me to do this or that or whatever. It pays me to go to work.
Mm-hmm.
It pays me to have a car. So there's an issue if you can't even have a car to go to work. It's like, come on, man. So, and people will say, but I have a no. Your job doesn't care. They give you enough to eat and to come to work. That's it. If you're not earning enough, go somewhere else.
True.
Or go someplace else. So I learned that lesson early on that my employer pays me to get to work, and that's it. So
It pays you to be there.
yep, that's it.
Yep. How you get there is not their responsibility. It's up to you to make sure you get there.
And I was fortunate in that my employer would provide subsidies. I never qualified for any. For parking in certain locations, they would allow me to get discounted passes so I could use public transit. And they had programs where you could purchase vehicles from dealers at discounted prices. So, I've got to give it to them. They always worked with the employees. Now, whether or not people are happy there, that's a whole different issue. But I think my employer was rather fair when it came to that stuff. So don't worry. I'll take shots at them later. Not right now.
Whatever.
Yeah, not right now. I've got to realign this cap. Sorry. I'm really happy. I just got this cap yesterday and the shirt. That's why I'm well dressed for today.
I don't know. Every time I look at the damn cap, I'm thinking, why is he wearing a bloody Africa Corps hat? And I keep remembering, no, it's not Africa Corps. It's the same color as an Africa Corps cap.
Yeah, it is, and it's a little. There we go.
Yeah,
It's that the headset is kind of forcing it down right now.
Yeah, but also I don't think the peak's quite centered either. That peak looks a bit off to me.
It is. It definitely is, and
Yeah,
I've got to.
This side here, as I'm looking at you, on your right hand side, is down more than on the left.
Yeah, and I try to align that right now, but there's no way I'm going to get it right. There's just no way.
Yeah, but never mind. You'll get there.
Thank you.
And we're supposed to be joined today, so he said last Saturday, by the speedster.
Yeah.
He did say he would try and make it today.
Oh, I thought you said he was going to make it.
Yeah.
Not try. There
Yeah,
is
he
no
was going to
try.
make it.
You just do.
He ain't, we've been on here for over an hour now, and nobody's joined us. I think they're all staying away.
Yeah. Now, related to the Aaron Rodgers thing, when Chris Broussard went off on him and did this whole emotional thing about it, it's very simple, folks. If he doesn't show up, you just fine the player. There's no reason to get angry. There's no reason to get mad. Now, if there's treatment that the player gets away with it, wow. Uh, oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that. He's in style. I don't know if that's the case, but I'm going to make the switch now. Oh, my God. Yeah, okay. There we go. Now I'm wearing my Inland Empire cap.
Yeah,
That's
now
from,
the pick of that cap is more level.
it's just the way that the cap is. It's brand new. I haven't been able to adjust it properly. But oh yeah, it is not aligned correctly. It's not.
No, it ain't, is it? It's definitely
No.
off.
It's okay. You know what? That's all right. Oh yeah, the alignment is off. It looks like a duck's bill. The way it is. You caught that. Very good. I'm impressed. So I'm gonna wear that cap for a little while. I'll go to my Los Angeles Kings one in a little bit. So I'm wearing my Inland Empire one. I already have them ready to go. So all right. We already talked about the Chiefs' latest ring. Now, Amari Cooper's fines for missing minicamp have been revealed. As you know, uh, after a very quiet offseason, the Browns looked ready to stroll into their training camp in July without major issues until the start of the mandatory minicamp, that is. Cleveland wide receiver Amari Cooper skipped the 3-day event as he seeks a contract extension. Very simple. Mandatory. 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 Cooper is in the final year of his current contract, is holding out for a suitable longer-term deal. Insider Tony Grossi explained the holdout could cost Cooper immediately, as the NFL collective bargaining agreement allows franchises to fine players who fail to show up for the mandatory minicamp. Grossi shared on Twitter the eye-popping total that Cooper's 3-day holdout could cost the wide receiver, as Cleveland can collect over $100,000 for missing these practices. Cooper's current deal is a 5-year contract worth $100 million, which expires at the end of this season. The wide receiver was among the highest-paid athletes at his position until multiple receivers cashed in over the past 12 months. Minnesota's Justin Jefferson signed the largest contract for wide receivers during the offseason, securing a 4-year, $140 million pact that has $100 million in guaranteed payments. Wow. Multiple other NFL wide receivers signed new deals this offseason, pushing Cooper's contract value below athletes who produce significantly less than the Browns veteran did in 2023. Cooper is entering his 10th year in the NFL and will turn 30 next week. So is he on the right side or the wrong side of 30? As it's a phrase that's used quite a bit in baseball. I believe it's being used more and more in other sports. Where are they? Are they before 30 or after 30? The 6'1" athlete is a 5-time Pro Bowl selection and has 6 1,000-yard seasons to his credit. Cleveland acquired Cooper from the Dallas Cowboys in 2022 for a 5th-round draft pick and swap of the two teams' 6th-round selections. $100,000. That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
But it is a negotiating tactic, so we'll see.
Very true. Very true. Anyway, are you going to do the baseball scores, or am I going to get rid of these standings?
I did that already.
Right, so I don't need to keep the standings then.
No, that's part of my first 15 minutes because I'm usually alone for the first 15 minutes.
Okay, I'll get rid of that then. I'll get rid of the
Did you want to
NPAs.
talk about anything related to baseball at the moment?
No, I'm fine.
All right.
I'm fine. Perfectly fine.
For those that know a little bit of basketball, Robert Ory, who has 7 rings, which he is a Laker favorite. He has been with many teams. If if there is someone that is clutch in my the word is non-existent. It doesn't mean anything, but again, it's so that someone could add weight to their statement. They use this word clutch. It's very difficult to quantify what is clutch. Another person's opinion of clutch differs from someone else. I know that in baseball they have a clear statistic that says from the 6th inning on, with your team up by 2 or down by 2, what is their batting average, on base, and all that stuff. And those numbers give the information that's really necessary. And I like that metric. It's a good metric. I remember Mr. Sheffield, a player that was started out as a shortstop with Milwaukee, went to Miami, was with the Dodgers and the Yankees. There was this one year at the guy, Gary Sheffield. Let me look it up real quick. Especially when it comes to home run hitters. The one year that he had with the Dodgers, I thought it was impressive. Let me see if I can go over it right now. There it is with the Dodgers. In this one year, it was in the year 2000, Gary Sheffield hit 43 home runs with 109 RBIs. He had a 325 batting average, 438 on base, and a 643 slugging. I don't think the Dodgers were very good that year, but if I remember correctly, the metric that year when he hit the 43 home runs, 28 of those home runs, and that's the number that stands out, either tied or put his team in the lead. Think about that, folks. How often, especially in baseball, we see the big home run hitters hitting a home run when it's 7-0, and they hit those home runs to just tack on another run. And there are a lot of hitters that have done that. And I remember someone saying something about Darryl Strawberry, that early on he had a 3-run blast, but when the game was on the line, he struck out with the bases loaded. It was an interesting to say. It's when the game matters most. And Gary Sheffield, the year that he hit 43 home runs on a not very good Dodger team, 28 of them tied or put his team in the lead. That's an impressive number, folks. If you want a definition of clutch, that might be it right there. And you guys know I'm definitely no fan of Mr. Gary Sheffield, but it is what it is. He was a bit prickly. And I saw this video this week about these players that were most hated. And it was about 30 baseball players. And the guy making the video, it was a guy, didn't actually know what he was talking about. When you say the players most hated in baseball, what do you believe that means, anime girl? Is it as a teammate? Is it as a player? The way he interacts with the fans? What is it? When they say the most hated player, I take it as being a lousy player and teammate.
I would say it's probably a combination of all of that. You probably find that, the other players consider the individual up his own posterior, and he probably doesn't gel with the fans all that well. So the fans are not overly impressed, and you'll probably find the management notice. So they are,
Just look up AJ Pierzynski, okay, and you'll know who the most hated baseball player of his day was, but he was liked and accepted by his teammates. But the rest of baseball thought he was a jerk, a punk, a dirty player. I thought he was a jerk, a punk, and a dirty player. I didn't like him. If he would have been my teammate, if I was so privileged, I don't think I would have had anything for him either because he causes problems for the team. But he does have your back, and that does say a lot. So that's why he is probably 29 teams dislike him, only one team, and those are his current teammates. Let me give you an example. AJ Przinsky, biggest, easiest one from the Chicago Black Sox. For Boston, they mentioned Bill Buckner as one of the most hated players for the Boston Red Sox. And before anything else, good morning, Ice Queen. How are you doing?
Good, how are you? Are we talking about Chase Utley?
It's another one. Okay, why don't you mention Chase Utley? And I want to go back because it again, this YouTube video was the most hated players in baseball. So okay, Chase Utley, please talk about Chase Utley, who I thought was a that was a piece of work.
Royal prick.
Yes.
A jackass. A Dumas.
Yes.
An ass that is an insult to asses. I would put it this way. I will take Alex Rodriguez over Chase Utley any day. And that's saying a lot.
Alex Rodriguez had a mouth and an attitude.
He had a mouth, he had an attitude, and he was a little priss.
Yes. I don't know if he was a real jerk on the field. I don't remember him.
Really? You don't remember when he just slapped the ball out of...
I remember that. Yes, that was 2000, right?
I mean, I was trying to figure out, were you trying to slap the ball out of the hand or were you trying to say something else to the community? So, thank you, Aisha.
Okay, I'll have to go off air and find out that one. But okay, yeah, he slapped the ball out. But look, I was no fan of Aroyd, none whatsoever. And I was like, he was a jerk. He tried to slap it out. He got caught, idiot, on national television. Hey, you know what? You try to do to win. But I don't recall him doing the dirty slides. I don't recall him taking out runners, doing that stupid stuff. Chase Utley, oh, for the love of God, that guy would slide cleats up and he would take out infielders. But you know what? I'll give it to Chase Utley in this, that he fought with the same guys. In other words, he with the same position that he played. Because he was in the infield too, was he not?
Yes, but I'm sorry. Breaking another player's leg is unacceptable because he decided to do a dirty slide. So I hope that somebody went cleats up on his balls.
Yes. Now, okay. So Tanya and I think we're on the same. Clearly, that when someone says the most hated players in baseball, you're talking about this player, the Chase Utley, Aroyd, AJ Przinsky. Now, I was a bit flummoxed because I think the guy didn't even know what he was trying to talk about. Bill Buckner with the Red Sox. Why is he the most hated player in Boston? That guy was so laid back. So yes, we know what happened in '86.
That's the only reason. That is the only reason.
So he was hated by the fans.
Yes. And when Boston finally won a World Series, they forgave him.
Yeah, well, thank God I'm not a Boston fan because, what could be worse?
I mean, Boston fan, because if it wasn't for Buckner and the Red Sox, we wouldn't have had a second championship.
Hey, you know what? Look, those things have. Look, seriously, where was Dave Stapleton? Why was he on that roster, Tanya?
Why are you asking me? I was what, 5?
I'm sorry. Okay, the first baseman, a phenomenal first baseman that was the backup. He should have been there in that situation, which had happened so many times before. You're winning. But, you want to keep your guys, the battlers that got you there, and you want them to celebrate on the field. I get that, but you want to win the game.
See, that's the thing. It's not about loyalty. Games are not about loyalty. It's about getting your best players on the damn field and winning. It's about winning. If
Look.
you're gonna be like, well, this guy he deserves it, you know.
Oh my God, Tanya, I love you right now. Oh my God.
I don't give a flying frick. Okay, your ass is out there to play. I want to win a game. This finger, you see this finger? This finger already has 2 rings. I want every finger to have a ring. Okay? You see I got 10 fingers? I want 10 rings. All right? You get every fucking freaking player on that field that knows how to play the damn game. I don't care if somebody's been with the team for 10 years. If he sucks, his ass is on the bench or in freaking AAA. Hell, bump him to single A. I don't care. His ass doesn't belong on the team. Get me the best, and they all better play, because I want to win. And that's all I got to say on that.
No one deserves anything. You earn it. Yes. There is no daylight between Tanya and on that one right now. Anime girl, you've heard that over the years now. Whenever I hear someone say, well, so-and-so deserves this, I'm like the Witch King of Angmar in the Lord of the Rings.
Freaking Little League games and what have you, and parents are like, oh, here's a participation trophy. No, you sucked. Tell your kid sucked. Okay, my father did that, and I was like, I don't want a participation trophy. I want a freaking first place, second place. I'll take third place, damn it, but don't give me a participation, because it's the same as telling me that I sucked.
Yeah, and that's but you want to hurt their feelings. That's why you go get pizza after the game. That's what that's about. You get a participation trophy and pizza?
Listen, Gen X needs to rule the world. Because these freaking millennials, Gen Alphas, and whatever other sucking little brats out there. This is why the world sucks right now. Because everybody got a participation trophy.
I'm going to go outside, dig myself a slip trench, put my
Stop it.
How do I hear? Because, Disney Queen is on the warpath.
I'm sorry.
No, don't you ever say.
Roger.
I'm sorry?
No, you got nothing to apologize for. You stated the obvious. I mean, over here in football, you're either in or you're out.
I didn't hear what you said, Tanya. I'm sorry.
This is Roger's fault.
Oh.
He was the one that got me on this tirade. So if anybody has something to say about it, well, there are plenty of other reasons why I'm the way that I am right now. But one is Roger, because he brought up this topic, and this topic irks me to no one. Because at my job, you have some people, they're like, oh, well, I did this, that, and the other thing. Don't I deserve? No, bitch. You want to know why? Because some of us actually worked from 2 a.m. to freaking 10 a.m. and beyond, okay, to prove to these people that we are freaking worth it. All you did was take a bottle and sucked on that. Earn it. You didn't earn jack squat, damn Gen Alpha, millennials, and God, whatever other sissy ass people are out there.
I'm a baby boomer. I don't care. Either I win or I lose.
Yeah, I'm Gen X, the last feral class of kids, because we're alone.
We were the best. There's nobody better than Gen X. You want to know why? Because we didn't give a flying flip.
I remember at 10 o'clock watching TV where it would say, it's 10 p.m. Parents, do you know where your children are? I thought back then it was a joke. That was real. It's 10 p.m. Parents, do you know where your children are? It's like, wow. Oh, my goodness. And we have talked about that. Look, folks, I have forever. Every time I hear someone say that someone deserves something, again, I think you can imagine the Witch King of Angmar when Eowyn stabs him and he starts to like clump down and fall apart. Yeah, whenever I hear someone say deserve, there's no such thing as deserve. It's like, folks, if you deserve something, then there's no such thing as repeat winners. There's no such thing as dynasties. There are going to be a lot of people that are never, ever going to taste the playoffs. There are going to be people that are never, ever going to taste. It's the way it is, and I get it. I do believe there are some people that do deserve special mentions, and I get that. But you deserve it by earning it. And if there was a guy that played on a sucky team for 20 years, but he was a phenomenal player, I'm sorry. He got his paycheck. You're awesome. Go home. In my mind, it would have been nice that they had a chance to play in the playoffs, but you never did. And I'm sorry for it. It would have been exciting to see, but, woulda, coulda, shoulda. No one deserves anything. You earn what you have, like Tanya says. She's got 2 rings right now. She wants one on all the fingers. You're going to earn it.
Yeah. But it's like anything, and it's like promotion. You don't deserve promotion. You earn your promotion. If you ain't good enough, you don't get it. It's as simple as that.
Well, the ones that are not good enough always say they deserve it, and I don't think they deserve it. No.
I mean, it's like anything. It's like being in the army. You don't deserve promotion. You don't deserve to be given a rifle. You earn the blood. You earn the fact of promotion, and you earn the right to carry that rifle. You earn that right by proving that you can carry that rifle and do what they ask you to do. Simple as that.
The soldier that holds his ground outnumbered, that's the one that deserves to go home once they've done it. That's the one. I was like, hey, I was told to hold this rock, and I held it. It's that man and woman, they deserve to go home. Yes. That's different.
It's like the guy said on June the 6th, the real heroes are the ones that stayed there. The real heroes did not go home after the 6th of June. They're still over there. They're the heroes. People that came back only, they were the lucky ones.
Yeah. And I'm glad we did that program on June 6th. Like I said, an idiot. I was going to do Midway, and then all of a sudden I'm like, oh my God, it's the 80th anniversary of D-Day. Sorry. So I still kind of indirectly did it. So Tanya, in addition to Chase Utley, who are some of the other players in Major League Baseball that maybe weren't the most hated or something, but were generally disliked? Some of the players that you were able to see.
Hang on, she's eating.
I know. I'm sorry. I apologize, Tanya. I didn't see you were doing.
I think she's got a pizza or something.
Good for you.
It's hard. But there's a lot of players that I honestly and truly respect. Okay. I truly hated, other than A-Rod, Barry Bonds.
Oh, okay. Oh, all right. I like that one. There was a guy I really, I hate using the word hated, but since we're on this, he was a shortstop with the Oakland Athletics around the time of of Mr. Giambi, and I forget where he went. I'm going to find out, but this was a guy that was incredibly talented. Unfortunately, he was a Latin player, but he mouthed off a lot. And he was so good, but he didn't know the basic rules when it came to running base paths and, pop-ups and stuff. He didn't know rules, and it just drove me insane. I said, dude, you're so talented, and yet you don't even know the rules of the game. I'm going to find his name right now. He got a long-term deal and never really did very much. But I'm going to find out who it was right now. But he was an infielder with the Oakland Athletics.
And this was
okay.
It was on the team?
Giambi and him were teammates.
I don't remember.
Yeah, shortstop, Oakland Athletics. I know this is gonna be lame. In let's see, in 1990s. He might have been even the 2000s. It definitely wasn't Walt Weiss. No. That's a different player. That guy just showed up every day. Huh? he was a good player, man. It was a good shortstop.
Bobby Bonilla is another ass.
Oh, Bobby Bonilla Day is coming up July 1st on a Monday. So what are you going to do? You're going to celebrate that day, Tanya?
Yeah, by throwing a chancleta your way.
I have nothing for Bobby Bonilla. But wow! But thank you. I feel the warmth and that tiny connection that we had on deserved. That's gone already. Oh, what? I deserve a chancleta? Is that what you're gonna tell me?
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, Miguel Tejada. Oh. Oh, yeah, that was an
That was
incredibly talented player. But whoa. Yes.
I can't.
Yeah, he went to Baltimore, that's right. Then Houston, and I don't know, he tried to stick around for a while, but Miguel Tejada. Uh, I really felt he was. I didn't know he walked out with 307 home runs. That did surprise me looking at that right now. He was incredibly talented, but oh man, there were times that but I never really said it because I was taller than him, and he's shorter. And people, oh, you're just a bigger guy. No, he's bigger than I am. But anyway, if there was a guy that I wanted to pop, it was because of the attitude and stuff. I
I'm surprised you did Pedro Martinez, or maybe you did before I hopped on.
no, you know what? That guy, I wanted him on the Yankees. I desperately wanted him on the Yankees, and he was a good player. Tanya, I've told the story before that in 2003, when the Yankees and Red Sox were playing the championship, and in Game 7, Pedro Martinez in the seventh inning, I think he was winning 3-0 or whatever, and the Yankees had a massive inning against him, and they only got one run, and it was a big inning. I remember telling Margarita, I'm watching the game, I said, you know what? The Yankees did their comeback, and they didn't get anything. He's still up. Do you know what I do as manager? And that was a year, Tanya, that the Boston bullpen was firing zeros. They were like one of the best bullpens ever. And I was like, you know what? I want Pedro to go out in the eighth inning, get one out, and I'm going to pull the hook and say, young man, you got us into the eighth. Awesome. It's time that you let us win the game now. Well, we all know what happened in the eighth inning. He got the first out, at which point I said, okay, I would have pulled him, but Grady Little did not. And then what happened? The Yankees scored 2 runs to tie the game in the eighth off Pedro Martinez. And I was just like, I didn't see that coming. I really thought it was over, Tanya. I really thought. And that was the year that Boston bullpen was firing zeros. They were a good bullpen. And Pedro had done his job in the 7th game. He needed just a little bit of help. See, I wanted to pull him with 1 out in the 8th. Let him take a bow, walk off, and fans give him, the applause. I'm not going to say he deserved it. I believe he earned it.
Here's my thing. And this is what pissed me off about the Subway Series in 2000. Managers don't know when to pull their damn pitchers.
No, they don't.
They don't. They're like, well, he earned this. No. I don't care about that part of the game. There is no, well, the player deserves to be out there because he has been lights out and what have you. You know, more or less, at a certain point, especially when you are in such a critical game, you pull his ass. Especially if you've got a bullpen that's been lights out, you pull the damn pitcher. I mean, Red Sox, Yankees, hello. He should have been pulled. There's no loyalty in baseball. There's winning at all costs.
At all costs, I believe it. It's not about egos. Do you know what their ego is? Their ego is their paycheck. No, he was getting a sufficient paycheck. It's a team game. You're like, hey man, you got us to the 8th inning and 1 out in the 8th, and we're up. Dude, go have a seat. Let us win this game now. Yes, this is your guy that's got you there, but dude, you're now looking at the World Series now. Come on. I'm not saying you shouldn't look ahead, but dude, let him take his bow in front of the crowd. Managers don't know how to manage. They don't. It's all numbers now. And it's I remember when I was playing baseball in high school and our coaches were monitoring. They were back in the 80s in high school monitoring pitch counts. because you knew the stamina of a pitcher, but you also knew that just because they're getting near the pitch count doesn't mean they've lost. It's about the player getting the outs, and you stay with your guy
Yep.
till till that's it. I remember that we played in the San Fernando Valley. We were Latin players, most of us, and I was the field communicator, Tanya, because most of these teams didn't have Latin players that we played against because they were all money. We played against Buckley. We played against Faith Baptist. We played against Chadwick, the ones down in Palos Verdes. We played against them. There were no Latin players and other cultures. They were all
White.
Sorry, sadly they were, folks. They were. Now, Faith Baptist, that was different. Faith Baptist, they were cool, man. I don't. Yeah, that was a team of color, and they were damn good. We were up for playing Faith Baptist, but their coach was a jerk, but the team was well coached. And you know what? Hey, just because I didn't like the coach, that means the players, they came to play. So you wanted to beat them. Chadwick, those were money people. And they were stuck up, and they're coming out San Fernando to see all these the poor team. So we were always up for them. But anyway, I do remember that since no one spoke Spanish, and I was a scorekeeper many times during the game. That's why I'm scorekeeper. Coach would say, tell Victor he's got one more batter if he doesn't, it's like if he doesn't do what he's supposed to, that's it. He's up. Says, Victor, jefe te va a quitar del juego si no lanzas bien. And the pitcher's on the mound. He's like, oh damn, I'm down to my last batter or whatever. But I would constantly transmit the message. But I remember telling Victor once, and he was a cool lefty, Victor Celaya. He was a good left-hander, and I remember having to tell him, Victor, se está enojando, and I would transmit the messages to a bunch of the guys in Spanish. It was awesome. You could talk to the guys instantly. They never answered back, so I was like, I am the great communicator. Screw Reagan. I am the great communicator. Oh man. As a matter of fact, if I have a classmate who's watching or listening to the program right now, I think he will confirm that. Peter, comment, please. He watches our program on LinkedIn. So this is a classmate of mine of another year. He was a year below me, and he was our home run hitter on our team. Man, that guy, when he would unload. He was a Piazza, though. He ran like he had a piano on his back. But boy, Peter didn't have to run because he would yank that ball, man. But anyway, it was cool. So if Mr. Marin is watching right now, if he could confirm or deny my my being the great communicator on the team. Oh, it was fun, man. It was really fun. I'm not sure if I told everyone that when I would scorekeep a game, I would always sit at the very beginning of the dugout, but I would sit right by the fence, and I could never determine a wild pitch from pass ball. Whenever it would happen, Coach, PB, WP, and he would PB or whatever, and I would score it because I never could tell. I could never see if it was a wild pitch or pass ball. Anyway, I here's the wired fence, the pole, and I would be right here halfway, right? If there's a fall ball that would come by my way. I forget who we were playing. There was this lefty, and I'm in the home dugout. He fouled one off that came right at me and hit the top of my shoe, my cleat, right there. Oh! I didn't walk for 2 or 3 days. I never sat halfway anymore. I was always behind the fence after that.
Oh my gosh.
I was on the fence. That was lame. Anyway, I apologize. So, yeah. I remember the Mets series against the Yankees, Tanya, and I do remember that when the Mets broke through on Mariano Rivera, I think they hit a 3-run blast, but it's like they still didn't win the game. And I remember my buddy Fossil was like, damn it, damn it, damn it. They broke through with Mara. That's it. It's over. They're never going to get him again. And I was thinking, like, oh, yeah, that's kind of right. Oh, because he didn't blow the game. And I think the Mets didn't win it. And he was so pissed because he was like, dude, at best, you're going to get one chance. And he was so mad. I was like, hate the Yankees much? It was funny. But I gotta tell you, watching the Mets play the
I
my
mean,
God.
you hit my car, I swear on your life I will kill you.
Uh-oh.
Sorry.
Who is that?
Some girl, apparently she doesn't know how to parallel park. Or maybe it's me that I don't know how to parallel park. Okay.
You're good. Anime girl. Token Brit.
Hello.
What's going? Come on. I know we got lost in baseball, and I apologize, but you love baseball too. It's better than cricket, trust me.
Well, I've told you. When you watch cricket, it's like watching paint dry. Only paint drying is more exciting.
You did say that.
Yeah. Occasionally you get a bubble in the paint. You don't get bubble in a bloody cricket game. Oh, Jesus. It's actually an English rain dance. It's why Britain's as wet as it is. You see, we have a couple of rain dances over here. One's called cricket, the other's called tennis.
I'm gonna need somebody to translate that for me, please.
You know what a rain dance is, don't you?
I don't even know what the hell this conversation turned into.
Just right now, she said, because I said baseball is better than cricket. And she said, well, of course. You know, it's about as exciting as watching paint dry, and watching paint dry is much more exciting than cricket. And she said sarcastically, there's two rain dances in the United Kingdom, knowing it rains all the time. One of them's cricket, and one of them is tennis. Do you watch Wimbledon?
Not unless I have to.
What do you mean by that?
What I said. Not unless I have to.
In other words, no.
Precisely.
So if we were to get press credentials and you could go to Wimbledon, you would not go? It's not happening.
It's a what if. The what if is quite simple. If I have to go because of a show, then I would go. But would I enjoy it? Hell no.
You're not a fan of tennis, right?
Not a fan at all, no.
Okay.
I know the celebrities of tennis, you know, but as for actually enjoying the game of tennis, no, I can't sit and watch it.
Oh, okay. Tanya, are you a fan of tennis? Tanya, are you a fan of tennis?
I think she's actually maneuvering. No, she's not.
No, she's not.
I am not.
Are you maneuvering at this precise moment? I keep hearing a ping. I know.
No, I just turned the car on.
American cars talk back. Don't your cars talk back to you?
Only if you leave the damn door open. Then it tells you that the door's open.
Oh no, my freaking car is like driving AI.
Yeah.
All it does is talk, and half the time I'm like, "Shut up! Nobody asked."
It's getting that bad over here, to be honest. The newer cars over here have started that sort of, you know, the boot's open, or, you know, in your case, the trunk's open, the doors are open. Do you know you've left the ignition keys?
The door is ajar. The door is ajar.
Yeah.
It's not a jar, you moron. It's a door.
You know, some of the cars you switch off the ignition and you open the car door to get out. You haven't taken the ignition key. The damn car starts to ping at you. And shut the hell up. You know.
Does yours actually talk back to you, Tanya? Because mine, the newer one that we have, the one I took over from my sister, the Kia Seltos, it doesn't talk back, but it makes it's like R2-D2's in the car.
Yeah, it beeps a lot. Kia's beep like hell.
Oh, yeah, I have a 2024 Hyundai Tucson.
Oh, yeah. That's a nice car, by the way. Congratulations, young lady.
Thank you. But this bitch.
A little heavy on the gas.
This girl gets on my last of ever-loving nerves.
Oh, do tell.
She does not. Okay, so my old car, I had a 2023 Hyundai Tucson. And I gave that car to my dad, and I got this one. So my old car did the CarPlay wirelessly. This heifer does not. I have to plug in a damn cable in order to get my Apple CarPlay.
Yeah.
Super annoying. Yes, I know. First world problems. It's annoying though.
Me too.
Okay? I don't like it. And then I could be grooving into a really good song and what have you, and I'm here having a good time dancing and driving and what have you. I don't give a flip what other people think about me. And all of a sudden, the damn car decides to go speed camera ahead. 25 mile per hour speed limit. I didn't ask you. Are you kidding? Just when they're about to drop the beat, you decide to come out with that crap?
You know, all you need is that song. What is it? You can't touch this.
And I'm like,
I don't think I have that one.
I will say though, her navigation system is awesome.
I am absolutely
There's
thrilled.
no better navigation system.
Yeah, I am really thrilled with the Kia. For me, I became first world getting this car in October of last year from my sister because I was easily third world in my Nissan Versa. I was kind of edging to second world with my daughter's Maxima, which is the same year as a Versa. I got them in, at the time, and there's a lot more toys on the Maxima. I mean, I lucked out. That car had everything on it, so it was really nice. But now that I have the Seltos, it has the digital display. It has all that stuff. But what's funny is my sister Rose, she has a fairly nice car. It's a Q5. It's an Audi Q5. I mean, it's nice. And her license says something like F18 PDQ or something like that. I'm like, all right, you comedian. That's pretty cool, you know, pretty damn quick. And it's nice. But her display, it's not touchscreen. There's a little notch on the bottom that you use. It's like a little knob, you know, on the wood paneling, and it's like whatever. Mine is touchscreen. I like it.
Mine is touchscreen too.
Yes.
I don't do non-touch anything now these days. Like everything has a button here, and I'm like, oh, it just presses all the buttons.
Yeah.
I think my husband's favorite part about this car is that it has the ability for him to change the temperature on his side in the passenger seat.
Oh, yeah.
That's his favorite thing because I tend to run either hot or cold. He just likes everything cold. And I'm like constantly with the buttons and he's like, "What's stop?" And I'm like, "It is freaking hot in here. I need it to be a little colder." And he's like, "But it's too hot." I'm like, "It's either too hot or too cold. Who's the one that's going through stuff right now? Me. Shut up. Are you driving? No. I am the captain of this ship. Shut up."
That's right. That's exactly how it is.
My car must be in the Stone Age then, because I've still got a CD player in my car and nothing is touchscreen. Not a damn thing. It's buttons everywhere.
I have buttons too, and my Versa is CD player. My daughter has in the Maxima, it's a 6-change CD player. So I copied some CDs off iTunes and I put them in her car. I said, "Look, you've got more songs now." And she's like, and she's like, "Why?" "So you can hear music." I don't think she's ever used it. You have a 6 CD changer and you don't use it. Oh my God! Hi, Jason.
Hi, Jason.
Yeah, I got to be honest. Say no. I've just got one little old CD player, and I just
Me
press the
too.
button. You know, out comes the old CD, in goes the new CD.
Now I do have that little connector that was like the thing you would see on earphones. Bless you. That was the regular plug-in, which worked with the iPads and iPhones, but that connector's missing now. You have to have the lightning cord.
You're adorable. It's hot in this car.
Yeah. Hey, Jason. Hello, hello. Maybe Jason will join us. Oh, I'm sorry. It's not football season.
It's not for, and he's obviously communing with the grass again. You see. You know, when you
What?
say that has such negative connotations. Communicating with the grass. You think, well, what do you do?
No, you
Smoke it
said
up or drink it?
communing with the grass.
Green stuff. You know, the grass that grows under your feet, not the stuff that you smoke.
I felt bad that it's getting a bit warm now here in Southern California, and there was a part of the lawn that was not green anymore. And the grass, when you get the weeds, they have like those thorns. They look like arrows or whatever. One of my cats, unfortunately, was trying to come over. I had arrived home, and the cat started walking towards me, and they stepped on one, and they stopped, and I could tell, and they're like, they were doing this with their paw because they got in there. I really felt bad. I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm on my way, Husker. I went over and I took it out of her paw, and I felt bad. I really did. In that they had those little thorns. I forget what they're called, but they're those little yellow thorns. Jason says he just woke up. All right, I believe you. I believe
Must
you,
be nice
Jason.
to be able to sleep in.
Yeah, well, it's actually 8:27 out here on the West Coast. It's 11:27. Did your appointment go well, Tanya? I hope it did.
I don't know. I'll find out when I get my blood work.
Okay. Oh, the vampires played with you, huh? I sorry.
Oh yeah,
He's no fun.
they love me. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
So annoying.
I remember in 2021 when I had an emergency room visit and they were trying to figure out what was going on. The young lady walked in and I could see she had a little tray, her cart, whatever. And when the doctor stepped out, she hadn't stepped forward. And I said, "You're in my drug-induced haze." I was like, because that's they had a rough idea it was diverticulitis. They weren't certain, but whatever they gave me took the pain away. So I was a little like not fully there. But as she walked over, I was so proud of myself. I said, "You're a phlebotomist, aren't you?" And she said, "Yes, Mr. Noriega." Because most people would say, "Ah, the bloodsucker just walked in." But no, I called. I said, "You're a phlebotomist, aren't you?" And that, like, it was like 2, 3 in the morning, and she's like, "Yes." That was.
Yep.
I'll never forget that. And let me tell you, when she took the blood, she had to take like 2 vials or 3. I don't know how many for the blood test. I'll tell you, that was the best. I didn't even feel it, man. And I'm like, oh, just call him a phlebotomist. I guess that works. I did not feel when she took the blood out. And when she was leaving, she says, "Mr. Noriega, I hope you are well soon." I was like, oh, thank you, phlebotomist lady.
I don't know what you like, Roger. Talk about sweet talking the bloody medical staff.
I was on drugs. That's about the only time. Jay says, no, now that's right. Yeah. So who knows? Maybe Jay will want to join us. But who knows? It's on the main page, buddy. The link, unless you want me to send it to you. So, but anyway, we've actually been going over quite a bit of stuff. We did go over some basketball news. There's a little bit of football news. Do you have any other stories that you wanted to get to? I know Ice Queen just went mute right now, but if she has something she wants to talk about, obviously we can.
Put one in about Tiger Woods. I thought you might be interested in.
Go ahead, go for it.
Tiger Woods says he might have placed his last US Open after missing the cut at Pinehurst.
Wow.
Right
One could
on.
hope.
He missed it, huh? He missed the cut.
Tiger Woods missed the cut on Friday. And then in 15 minutes, the then time 15 major winner raised fears by declaring it might be his final US Open. The 48-year-old's alarming statement overshadowed a second round in which Pinehurst number 2 once again bared its teeth. Ludwig Edberg, the remarkable young Swede, leads by 1 on the 5 under, with Rory McIlroy only 2 behind. But the main talking point, as the day came to a climax, was Woods. His 73 for 7 over total was commendable considering his injury and inaction, but Woods was clearly disheartened by his second missed cut in the major in as many months.
Wow.
I don't think Ice Queen's too impressed with Mr. Woods for some reason.
Oh, I'm sure she's impressed. She's just had it with him.
Yeah, he's a turd.
You know, it's over and done with. His numbers speak for themselves, but he's a jerk. I never did like him myself, but what he has done is absolutely incredible. I mean, the numbers speak for themselves.
He didn't do himself any favors when he decided to see the car had suspension in its roof, did he? So, it didn't help.
Yeah, that one was bad. I think that one was here in Southern California when that one happened. Yeah, that's the one that I think that's the one that destroyed him.
Yeah, that's the one that basically took him out. He should actually, do the decent thing and just say, look, I've had it, game over, and move on to something else, because I don't think he's doing himself any favors by continuing. Not really.
Didn't Nike kick him to the curb?
Oh, I don't recall. Jay, did they? It's possible that they did.
I know he lost some sponsor. I think it was Nike. I'm not sure.
Nike and Tiger Woods split. Let me see. I believe you. Oh, like 2 days ago.
There you go.
Well, yeah, I guess you don't qualify. Just do it, baby. Yeah. Oh, no. I'm sorry. No, I apologize. Tiger Woods confirms Nike split following a 27-year partnership. This was on January
last month.
2024. Yeah. It's been a little while ago. Yes. 27-year relationship. Wow. Well, yeah.
I mean, there's nothing left for him.
Well, there's a senior circuit, and I'm sure he'll be incredibly competitive in the senior circuit. Jason says retire time. Yep.
Yeah,
exactly.
I agree. It's time to call it a day and walk away.
Well, you guys have all heard the one story where I said I was playing the co-ed softball team with my employer, and I finally came to the realization that it took me 2 years to realize that I should have retired 2 years before that. So it was really a 4-year ordeal. And actually, something did show up on my Facebook page where I think it was either yesterday or the day before, where it said, yeah, I went 1 for 3 today. I committed 3 errors in the game, but it was unlike Tommy John's. And Tanya did like that post when I posted it so many years ago, because in one of Tommy John's famous last games, in one play, he committed 3 throwing errors. And I said, well, unlike Tommy John, who committed 3 throwing errors in one play, I had 3 errors in the game. And I was already saying, I don't know, man. I think this might be it. So I think it's kind of funny that in June I had that.
Oh, she's beeping well, isn't she?
That's her door. I believe her door just opened. Are you getting a Starbucks right now?
She's gone silent on us. She's definitely doing something.
Good for her.
Oh yeah, I just put something else in the private chat.
All right. Well,
Big Dog's favorite team.
All right, I'll get to that one right now. This is where I stopped to get the coffee, and I still have the coffee cup. It's from TA Transit Center. It's the petrol stopping centers, TA Express. I have this coffee cup because of this coffee cup, I took the route that I did and hit the tire that I did. So
that'll teach you not to go for a coffee, won't it?
I needed the hit. I wanted the hit. And the reason why I went to that is because Gmo went to Starbucks yesterday and she got me my sin. But anyway, we'll go to it right now. Would you put that link in the chat room as well?
Yes, I did.
So everyone can see it?
Yeah.
Are you able to highlight the entry?
Pardon?
Are you able to highlight it where it's in the comments section and you can click on it? Can you do that? You should be able to.
I should be able to, but I don't know how to.
Okay. Click on the comments box. And then you see all the most recent comments, correct?
I've got the comments box here with all the.
Okay. Do you see the one that says the last one, NDB Media, but you see the purple Twitch TV symbol? And if you put
Yeah.
your mouse over it, it says show, correct?
Yeah.
Click on it. Oh my God! Okay, now click on it. Yeah, now click on it again, and then it goes away. Oh my God! There you go. Click on it so they can see it. Okay. Where's the damn link? Doncic scores 29. Mavericks roll past the Celtics 122-84 to avoid a sweep in the NBA Finals. This was about 12 hours ago. This is out of the AP. It's on MSN. There were two options for the Dallas Mavericks: pack for Boston or pack for vacation. And Boston awaits. These NBA Finals are not over thanks to one of the biggest blowouts in title round history. Luka Doncic scored 25 of his 29 points in the first half. Kyrie Irving added 21, and the Mavericks emphatically extended their season on Friday night, fending off elimination with a 122-84 rout of the Celtics in Game 4. Wow. That's an old fashioned Bush. I mean, they got beat. The 38-point final margin.
They got a real whooping there, didn't they?
Yeah. The 38-point final margin was the third biggest ever in NBA Finals game, behind only Chicago beating Utah 96-54 and 98. I remember that one. And the Celtics beating the Los Angeles Lakers 131-92 in 2008. It's real simple. Yeah. I vaguely remember that. It's real simple. We don't have to complicate this. This isn't surgery, Mavericks coach Jason Kidd said. Our group was ready to go. They were ready to celebrate, and we made a stand. We were desperate. We've got to continue to keep playing that way. They're trying to close the door. The hardest thing in this league is to close the door when you have a group that has nothing to lose. Tonight, you saw that. Yeah, well, good luck. I don't think anyone has done it coming down from 3-0 in any sport except for the Boston Red Sox versus the New York Yankees in 2004. And again, folks, I need to make it clear. I'm not an apologist. The Yankees did not choke. Boston beat them. Period. Because I would flummox people. Your Yankees choked. Oh, so we gave it to you. No, we won. Well, then we didn't choke. We got beat. No, you choked. Well, which is it, dumbass? So I would throw a lot of people early on when I said, no, Yankees got beat. They got beat bad by Boston. They did 4 straight. Yankees didn't choke. I can fully admit the Yankees did not choke. Boston kicked our arse. It's the way it is. It's done. You know, I can acknowledge it, and it's sad because we're the only professional sports team that has blown a 3-0 lead. It's never been done anywhere else. It's not been done in hockey. Hockey, there are a lot of 3-1 come from behinds. Basketball, less so. And baseball, there are 3-1 come from behinds. Oh yeah, but again, percentages are if you win the third game, chances are good you're going to win. I think it's you have a 22% in Major League Baseball of coming from behind on 3-1. You have a 22% chance of winning. You know, the series. Those odds actually are not too bad when you think about it. But anyway, they were down 3-0. Good luck with that, boys. You know, if they beat Boston, hey, all the better. Tiny story. I don't think I ever told this one. Tanya, Anime Girl, I think you heard this one. That after the Boston Marathon bombings, seriously, folks, this isn't a joke. After the Boston Marathon bombings, when Boston came to New York, we know what happened. When the Boston team took the field at Yankee Stadium, they played Sweet Caroline. I mean, it made everyone melt. It was an acknowledgement that New York said, yes, sadly, you are now in the same fraternity as a select number of cities that have had terrorist incidences. And this is where the jerk of Roger came over, and they were saying, Roger, did you hear Sweet Caroline was playing Yankee Stadium? Yes, of course, as it should be. Never again. It's just that one time. We acknowledge it. We ain't playing that shit again. I don't care if they have something even worse. We already played that shit once. I know. I'm glad Tanya smiled. Is that was it? I'm like, hey, I'm that was so touching that they would play Sweet Caroline in Yankee Stadium. Like I said, she ain't happening again.
Right,
Yankee seventh inning stretch song is it that stupid Cotton Eye Joe song? I know Yankee Stadium had, well, maybe not the new Yankee Stadium. Old Yankee Stadium used to play Cotton Eye Joe.
Okay, well, ever since 9/11, they were doing, God Bless America. And it wasn't until recently I noticed that they're not playing it anymore. So I can't tell you, Tanya. I do, folks, I got to tell you, I love the Major League Baseball channel, MLB TV. It's awesome because I get every game except for the Angels and Dodgers right here at home because it's blacked out. But I get all other 28 games, and it's really kind of cool to be able to check out all the others. And my daughter, Gmo, she will watch the games when they're live. Or she catches the recaps and she talks to me more about it. I'm like, oh my God, this is so cool. She says, hey, Dad, did you see this and this? I'm like, oh, you are watching. Oh, get emotional.
Right. Further to my sad news when we first started the program about Scotland in the Euros.
Aye, lass.
Right. Hungary played Switzerland today.
Uh-oh. I would have said that Switzerland would have taken them. I said that earlier.
They did. The final result on that soccer match was
7-1.
Hungary 1, Switzerland 3.
Okay.
So there you go. That was the final result. Later on today, we have Spain versus Croatia. And then later on, still, you have Italy versus Albania. And that's the Euros matches that are on today for those who are interested.
No, and I thank you, and I appreciate it because we covered it all. Hey, Tanya, and Anime Girl, I don't know how much you watch the female soccer things, but I don't know if it was last week or this week.
I don't watch.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry?
I don't watch soccer at all.
You don't watch the women's national team, the U.S. national team? Really? Ooh.
I like soccer. Okay. I watched it with my father-in-law when he was alive, and it was because it was our bonding time.
That is cool. I have been watching the women play soccer forever. As a matter of fact, I forget the young lady's name. That was right here, a local girl from Diamond, Alex Morgan. She's a local girl right here in Diamond Bar. I mean, minutes away. And the whole thing about Alex Morgan was wherever she went, she was alone. She had no bodyguard, no nothing. She was awesome. And she would go out and she would talk to everyone, and she gave everyone the time of day. She was really cool. She was a local favorite and a fan favorite. She was really nice. So we had the tiny connection with her in Southern California, and of course the rest of the team. Well, I guess, Tanya, you didn't know this, but Anime Girl, did you hear that the USA team, the women's national, is now the 5th rated in the 5th best? Mm-hmm. Who's number 1 now? I missed that. Americans, so insular. We're 5? Oh my God, it's the end of the world.
I'm not sure. I know the Lionesses are pretty far up there and all, which is the England team, but I have no idea who. Hang on, I shall find out for you.
Now, they've had a good team. Japan, they're a tough team, and they did win in 2011. That was the year of the tsunami, of course. So I get that.
Spain are the top of the FIFA Coca-Cola world ranking.
Wow. Okay. For 20 years, the American women
Well, hang on.
In soccer,
Did you say America was number 5?
that's what I thought I read. Yes.
Yeah. No, they're not. Top 10. I will rattle it off for you very quickly. 1, Spain. 2, England. 3, France. 4, USA. 5, Germany. 6, Sweden. 7, Japan. 8, Netherlands. 9, Canada. 10, Brazil.
What the hell's Mexico? And where's Puerto Rico?
Mexico at 31st.
We're too busy playing baseball.
Oh.
Puerto Rico is 85th.
Hey, they field a team.
Yeah.
But they're busy playing baseball, like a lot of the Caribbean countries. Oh, Tanya, you missed my tirade last week that someone was stupid enough, and I brought the whole thing of that the Minnesota outfielder. Remember when he was a nice guy and everything, but I think he was with the Angels at the time when it happened, when he was interviewed about the Caribbean players. He says, no, they're not real black players. Remember all that?
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't? Ooh. Well, yeah, I had a lot of fun with that one, going back to that one, because everyone likes, Torrey Hunter. Yeah, Torrey Hunter. Yeah, he called the Caribbean players fake black players. And
See,
he used that line where
I understand this, but people have this weird idea of putting things into boxes. You know, a black person, and I'm not being racist here, but a black person is a black person. It doesn't matter where they're born, be it in Jamaica or Nigeria. They are black. You can't separate them like that.
actually it might have even been a little bit further back.
We don't agree? Huh?
I'm not having this conversation.
No. But, it's just, why are we separating people like this? We're all the bloody same species. I keep telling people this. Doesn't matter who you are. You can be British, you can be an American, you can be Jamaican, you can be Australian, you can be what the hell you are. You're still a human being. Homo sapien. Simple as. There ain't no. It just annoys the hell out of me.
Yeah, it's frustrating, folks, and I can't find where it was. I know it was within the last week or 2 weeks, but there was no reason to go back over it, so it's all good.
Oh, you said you needed your coffee hit, Mr. Noriega.
Did I say that really?
Yeah, you need a coffee hit. Well, I too have now got my new coffee hit.
Nescafe. Did you know that was the coffee that American GIs used during World War II? That stuff was from Mexico. That was awesome, man. Yeah. Tanya, the Mexicans had the American soldiers on caffeine. That's kind of funny. They supplied all the coffee to American GIs in World War II. That is so cool, man. I'm sorry?
I didn't know that.
I didn't know it either until I saw the brand of coffee that were in the. There's this guy that does YouTube videos on all the different mess kits from around the world, historically accurate, and the ones from today. And he did a World War II for a GI, among others, and it was Nescafe coffee. And I looked it up, and I was like, "No way, Nescafe!" That was really cool.
Lots of people don't realize how long Nescafe's been around.
Actually, yeah, it is a world brand. It's just, you know what, Nescafe is just an easy coffee. That's all it is.
Yeah, and now they're doing all this stuff. I mean, they've got this, they've got Chucky Mocha, they've got cappuccino, they've got a lot.
So that's a latte. Tanya, do you drink coffee? Don't you?
Ooh. No, she don't drink coffee.
Oh, you don't.
I don't like the smell or the taste of it.
Do you drink tea or no?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What tea do you drink, Kat?
Earl Grey.
Oh, Earl Grey is disgusting.
I would say she's more sort of a green tea person.
Nope.
No?
lemon herb.
Honey chamomile.
Oh, yeah, I struck out on that one.
Okay, that's an unusual one.
How often do you drink it?
Maybe twice a week.
Oh, wow. Okay, good for you. Huh.
So what is your daily drink of choice then, Tanya?
Water.
Okay, go with that.
I don't drink
Yeah.
that anymore.
Which is good. I've been drinking more water. And, it's funny. I got caught into drinking the soda again, and I noticed I was starting to gain weight again. And how do I know without weighing myself? The clothes will tell you.
Mm-hmm.
And the clothes were screaming at me, saying, "Dude, you got to calm down." So,
yeah, it's when your buttons look at your buttonholes and say, "Ain't happening."
I had joked one time that I said that I had this one shirt and the buttons were my Medal of Honor buttons. They're like, why? Because if you look very carefully, oh my God, are they holding their ground? they're like ready to, burst, but they're Medal of Honor winners. And no insult to Medal of Honor winners, but they're my Medal of Honor buttons. And Big Dog laughed one time because he saw the shirt. He's like, oh my God, that's your Medal of Honor shirt. I'm like, yep, that's it, baby. Because they held their ground, and now they're just Victoria Cross. Just kidding. Didn't mean
I'm gonna
that.
hop off, guys. So I hope you have a lovely weekend.
Tanya,
You too.
thanks for stopping
Stay
in, Tanya.
safe there, girl. Now you be careful.
Enjoy your weekend, huh? All right.
That was nice.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
That was
that was
good.
nice. Makes a change.
Yes.
See, and he ain't arrived, and he ain't on. He is not on the page either. I keep looking to see if he's on, but he ain't on, so I can't even contact the little.
It's all right. Hey, you know what? If he's not able, he's not able. It's all good.
Yeah. But the dog's not on, and the moo cow lady ain't on neither.
Well, it's Father's Day weekend this weekend. People are going to be traveling as well.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that because it was deceptively quiet in my entire universe. So I have to believe that, it was a lot of people are traveling. So
I was tempted when I came on. It says send somebody an invitation. I was going to send one to Michael Okuda, but I thought I better not.
You're friends with Michael Okuda?
On my Facebook page, yeah. I've been friends with him for over 10 years.
Oh, that's cool.
But he's just lost his dog. Him and Michelle just lost Scooter, the little dog.
Oh.
They just lost Scooter. So, yeah. I get regular updates with what they're doing in Star Trek and all the other things that they get up to. So they're nice people.
Yeah, they are. I've had the privilege of speaking to him twice, and one through Mark Lee, another one through Chris Smith.
For what he is, I mean, to me, he comes over as a very humble person. He makes time for everybody.
Yeah, he's very real. Yeah.
Which really, when you think about it, a person of his skill and what he does, he could be a right pain in the butt, but he's not.
Yeah.
And his wife seems to be the same. So, I've got a lot of time for them.
Yeah. Yep. Look, I did another 16 ounces today. So I just did 16 ounces this morning, and I'm going to be doing more water. I don't even know where my phone. Oh, I left my phone indoors.
I got a new phone. I've got to unlock the damn thing. So.
Oh, wow. Brand new phone? You mean you left your Phonosaurus?
Yeah, I've got a Samsung Galaxy A15 now.
Really?
Yeah. The 5G model.
That's a nice phone.
Yeah.
Good for you.
But I've got to go to the shop because my SIM card is kind of screwed down because it was on the old Phonosaurus. So I'm going to have to talk to them nicely and say, look, can you add the internet and all the rest of the crap on here, and then I can pay for it monthly. But yeah, I went in, bought myself a phone.
Well, let me tell you, I am still using my iPhone 8 Plus.
Are you?
Yep. And
Aren't
I
you a
think
lucky one?
that was in 2020 or 2021. I don't know. I think it was 2019.
Well,
Okay.
the reason I'm
When
asking,
did
Roger,
the
right?
iPhone
Hmm.
8
Yeah.
Plus
The reason I'm asking is somebody
release?
actually gave me an iPhone 7 and it would not update because it was it was dead.
Yeah. I think the iPhone 8 is about to go. So I'm next in line, or I might be next in line. Actually, the 8 Plus debuted September 12th, 2017. Wow.
There you go. Wow,
I
wow.
have a 7-year-old phone and it still functions. And I'm not going to upgrade until next year.
Well, as I said, I
I'm still learning how to live within the means right now.
yeah, I managed to save up some money and was talking to somebody and they said, look, borrow this iPhone 7, see what you think. So I borrowed it and yeah, it was okay, but as I said, nothing would update on it.
That's a
And
shame.
then
Yeah.
now I handed it back and somebody said, well, look, let's go to the shop and talk about different iPhones. And I went, I'm not into iPhones, not really. And they said, that's even better. Then we'll go Android on you. Oh, okay. Went into this particular shop and he said, well, if you're just starting out, which basically I am with smartphones, so that's how out of date I am. He said, this would be your best one. And he said, Samsung Galaxy A15. And I said, well, what's the difference between an ordinary A15 and a 5G? And he went, the 5G is slightly more expensive. He says, and it's a bit more, friendlier for when it upgrades. And I went, okay, I'll go for that. So I went and bought myself the A15 5G phone. And then promptly went and locked myself out of it. So now I've got to go onto YouTube and learn how to unlock myself out of the damn phone. What are you reading, Roger?
No, I was just listening about your phone.
Yeah.
Just thinking about it.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't have anything on screen right now, but I will in a moment.
Yeah. But yeah, that was. I've got something on, but it's not sports related, so I didn't put it up.
Okay, fair enough.
And it was Royal fans less speechless after realizing where Tripping of the Colour gets its name.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And it's basically the colour of the uniforms and the standards.
Yeah.
That's it.
And it used to be on the birthday of the sovereign, right?
Correct.
But she changed it because it was always in April, of course, which is my day, the 21st of April. And she changed it to the summer, correct?
Yeah. And this year it's on the 15th of June.
Which it's been around that time for a while now, ever since she changed it. Yeah.
It started at 10:30 this morning.
Yeah, I think Kate's there, right?
Yeah. And it started with a 41-gun salute for Mr. King Charles.
Why 41?
Good question. Deserves a well-deserved answer. And when I have one, I'll let you know.
Okay. I wonder if it's for his 41 years of service as something.
Wouldn't know. No, really.
Yeah, I know. He's not your guy. Sorry.
No, he ain't my guy. Sorry. I don't wish him harm, but
you're Elizabethan.
I was Elizabethan when I was born, and I'll be Elizabethan when I kick the bucket. And that's just me.
What was her baggage? There's nothing, huh? She never really did it. Elizabeth, she didn't do anything, right?
What do you mean she didn't do anything?
I meant negatively, as many others in the household have done.
No, I don't suppose she did anything. I suppose one could say negatively. I mean, the only sort of, I suppose it's slightly scandalous at the time was what she did on VE Day with her sister Margaret.
What happened?
Both her and Margaret. Elizabeth was in her ATS uniform. Margaret was in the civilian clothing, but wearing slightly dowdy clothing, and they slipped out the back end of the palace and joined everybody at the front of the palace, having a good time screaming for daddy. And apparently they didn't come back till the following morning.
Yeah, wow. They got away with it. And
They
she
got
was
away with it.
what? How old was she? 16, 17?
Not when she joined the ATS. I think she was about 18,
Okay.
19.
So she was already an adult, clearly.
Yeah, that's why she joined the ATS. She was an ambulance driver, officially.
Yes. Yeah.
She was an ambulance driver.
did. She did her service.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, because when she went out, apparently she always said she pulled her cap down so she wouldn't be recognised. Only a certain sergeant in the crowd turned round and told her straight to put her cap on correctly. Obviously didn't look who he was talking to or she was talking to, so the Queen had to put the cap on correctly.
Funny thing is, though, that she understood authority.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's one thing I always granted her that. I mean, she joined the ATS, but she took orders. I mean, that well-known photograph of her changing the wheel was not staged. She was told to change the damn wheel.
Yeah, because at the time that she joined ATS, she was already the heir apparent, wasn't she?
No. Well, I suppose you could say yes, she was. I think they were kind of hoping something else would come along and take place, but it didn't. So she was,
Yeah, at the time she was the heir apparent. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, but she did her service.
Who was the heir apparent? Oh well, he wasn't. He didn't have.
No, he didn't have a male heir.
Yeah. Well, no. I mean, what's his face? And when he left in 36 or 38.
Oh, Edward VIII.
Yeah, he didn't have an heir either.
No, he didn't. He was too busy playing with an American.
So, had he died, as opposed to abdicating, it still would have gone to King George VI.
Yeah, because they were brothers.
Yeah.
But George was never meant to be king.
No.
That's why when he took over, it was all that problem that he had.
Yes.
I mean, let's just double check something.
So, King George VI succeeded his dad, right? King George V.
No, yeah.
Yeah. And that's where one of the battleships was named after. It was the dad, King George
V. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Queen Elizabeth turned 18 in 1944.
Yeah, okay.
So she was 13 when the war broke out in 39. They stuck around in London so they could face the country to say that they had undergone the Blitz like everybody else. And she joined the ATS. She insisted in 1944 on joining the Auxiliary Territorial Service, the women's branch of the British Army. So all unmarried women under 30 had to join the armed forces. And King George made sure that his daughter was not given special rank in the army. And she started as a second lieutenant. So there you go.
Well, all right. Fair enough. Well, let me ask this. Do you have any other sports stories that you want to go over?
No, not at this precise moment. I've got nothing lined up. Have you got anything lined up?
No.
No.
I think we're good.
Yeah, I can't find anything particular that would entrance our listeners or viewers, to be honest. I mean, I've got a load of F1 stuff, but it's mainly Mr. Verstappen and Hamilton.
Yeah, with the girlfriend, right? Verstappen.
Yeah. And Juan Pablo Montoya.
Really?
Yeah. Let's have a look at this. Max Verstappen, F1 News. Juan Pablo Montoya offers Red Bull Mercedes switch theory. So there you go.
Okay. Well, all right then. Fair enough. Well, this was good. I'm glad you joined me. Thank you. It would have ended a lot sooner had I been alone because there's only so much I could do. But
Yeah,
I'm glad
well,
you joined me. And
I thought
thank you,
I'd
Tanya, as
leap
well.
on board. Yeah, I thought I'd leap on board, and because I had the high hopes of other individuals joining in, but obviously my hopes have been dashed because nobody bothered to join in with us. But as you said over there, which is Father's Day, I think it's Father's Day over here as well. So
I suppose that's what it could have been, but we'll see.
yeah, should have could. I mean, I thought Almighty might have joined us, but
It's been about 4 or 5 weeks now, so
yeah, like he's thrown his teddy out the corner, but I don't know. Maybe he hasn't.
maybe Sports Talk with the Guys has run its course. You never know.
Whoa, yeah, I can't see that. Can't see that. I mean, Waffle's probably run its course. Who can say?
Oh no, I'm waiting for Waffle to return. I'm waiting for you.
I was back.
When are we doing Waffle?
How the hell do I know? I don't make the I don't do the.
When do you want to do it? You want to do it tomorrow?
No, I've got other things to do tomorrow.
Yeah,
I've got to clean this place out, mate.
I still was thinking around July, but if you want to do it sooner, you let me know.
No, we can aim for sort of like July time.
Yeah,
that would be better off.
That's
We can aim for July, and we can line up what we want to waffle about when we get there.
When we want to waffle about. It's funny.
Yeah.
All right. Fair enough. Well, then I guess at this point, I'm just going to go ahead and call it. I want to thank everyone for joining us. Thank you, Jason, for coming in the chat room. Excuse me. Ooh, Tanya for joining us. And of course, Anime Girl. I think it was all the water that I had. So, folks, happy Father's Day. Remember, live it as best you can. And start listening before you start speaking. Kind of helps. And
Yeah.
it's a good thing. Everyone has a story. It's worth listening.
Never judge a book by its cover, because you don't know what the book's been through to get the cover.
Same thing with the cap. Never judge it. All right, folks. NDB Media, thank you. This is Sports Talk with the Guys. Thank you, everyone. And we appreciate you guys. Thanks for spending time with us. Don't forget to please like and subscribe. And if you can do us a solid, head on over to the Facebook page, Trekking Across the Universe, and put a like and a follow right there. Simple go. We need to get to 100 on that one. That one would be nice. Other than that, folks, that'll be it. You heard some breaking news. Waffle will be returning sometime in July, hopefully. That's our target date. Always has been. And we'll see. So I guess we're going to take the ski jump out of here on a summer day.
Yeah, we're gonna waddle.
Yeah, we're gonna do that right now. Anime Girl, thank you. And yeah, I'm still gonna get another cup of coffee. I'm gonna get my hit. I already had one, but
you go ahead, my man.
I think I'm gonna have another one. All right, to everyone else, appreciate you guys. It really means a lot to spend time with us. Comment a little bit more. Share in the misery or the love, whichever one it is.
All the lunacy. Join in the lunacy.
Yes. And I'm hoping that my flag arrives, my Jedi flag. I ordered one, which is going to be in the background, because I have the 2 Game of Thrones ones. And
you want to be careful. I've got a couple of Scotland flags I could put up here.
You should. You should. And I know that we're going to be doing Game of Thrones reviews. I believe that's next week.
I've never watched that.
No, wait a minute. I think that's Monday, House of the Dragon.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. I guess it debuts Oh my word! Let me look at the calendar real quick. We have the Acolyte episodes 1, 2, and 3 on Sunday, and then we have House of the Dragon season 2 starts on the 17th. So we've got some things coming up in the next 2 days. Wow! All right.
Okay.
Back to Galactica returns on June 27th, which will be in about 2 weeks, a little bit less, and we'll see. Wow, a lot of stuff going on. Head on over to ndbmedia.net so you can check out everything. But on that, folks, thank you, thank you, thank you. That's Anime Girl, the scorekeeper. Don't forget, spay your fellow coworkers because you don't want them to have more. See you guys on the other side.
Peace and long life.